Ready to get this started, so let's do it. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Hello.
doing great. Hello. Hello, everyone coming from the Rainy's audience. Hello, my audience who always swings by and checks out the newest VTuber on the block. And we have a really good
Hi.
one here. Hi. Rainy, how about you introduce yourself for those who don't know who you are?
Yes. Hi, my name's Rainy. I am your local magical girl, and I am a variety content creator here on Twitch. I do lots of singing, lots of retro games, pretty much anything. Cosplay, art. We do a lot of things.
You do a lot of things. So I don't normally actually no, I do this all the time for all my guests, but I had to go through a lot more hours of research on this lady over
sorry.
here because you do so much stuff. You have so much content all over the place. You do so many things. So when I was doing research on you, I was like, holy frick. You do a lot of stuff. Your singing is really good, by the way. I love your singing. Your singing is really nice. Very good. And
Thanks.
also, I just love your model. Your model is super adorable. It doesn't seem like it's going for a very specific theme, like a lot of VTubers like to go for when it comes to an animal or hyper kind of style with
I
it.
was almost an animal.
Oh, what animal could you have been?
Originally, I was like, what if I was a snow leopard? Because they're my favorite
Ooh.
types of animals. But then I was like, nah, everyone's an animal. And then
Everyone's
I have friends, all of my friends are usually cute animals, and I'm just like, now I'm kind of sad that I'm not an animal because you guys are all animals and I'm
Aw.
just like a human.
I'm
But
just
that's
a
fine.
regular human. I'm just a human. But you're a magical girl, so that works out.
I am.
Yes. Oh, I was about to ask you, can you do a transformation? Oh, look at that.
I can change my clothes.
That's great. You need to do that swirling around camera angle, dancing, posing while each part of your clothes changes.
I can do that kind of in 3D,
Oh, well.
but not in my 2D model.
Not in
But I
2D,
have
okay.
a lot of models.
Oh, nice. How many models do you have?
13.
13. I see. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Give me a second. Let me get her a
We
little
love
bit
safe.
louder.
Safe is always the one to be like, people need to be louder. People need to be quieter. He's very helpful.
I love it. Okay, how's that sound?
Am I good?
You're good? Speak your
I'm
heart
good.
out. Speak your heart out, Rainy.
Hello.
This is your
Hi.
time to shine.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi. It's me. I hope that I am loud enough. Do you hear me now? Am I loud? Okay, cool. I'm good.
Hey, better now. Cool, awesome. Just make sure. Cool.
I hope getting closer to the screen helped too.
Yeah, that clearly, she got big. And also, I smelled
Yeah.
her hair, and I don't know. Did you take a shower today? I don't know.
I did. I always do. I smell of Irish Spring.
You guys
If you know
get
what that is.
Oh no, I definitely. Actually, no, I don't actually. I haven't
It's a
gotten.
soap?
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten that soap in a long time. But,
My grandma used that soap, but it's just a very good smelling soap.
Okay, good. Makes sense. But you guys hear
It's not
that?
soap.
You guys hear that? Rainy takes showers each and every morning, so you know what you guys have to do, right? Take them showers. No one wants to be stinky.
Yeah.
No one wants to be stinky.
No.
No one wants to be stinky.
No one wants to smell you if you smell bad.
Yeah. Just learn from her. She doesn't want to smell
Yeah.
nasty people. No more smelling. No
No.
smelling. Nah. But yeah, for those who don't know, this is a fun little talk show I like to do called Behind the VTuber, where we do 15 lovely questions to our lovely VTuber guests to get to know them a little bit. So if you guys would like to get to know Rainy a little bit more, these questions will go into how they first got started, we'll go into their models, maybe upcoming ideas that they might like to develop onto it. We can get into the thoughts that went into their design and some fun facts about her and all her fun things that she likes to do. And we also found out that she is very, very strongly encourage hygiene. So see, fun fact.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now,
I have it is known that I have left streams to say hey, I need to brush my teeth. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'll straight up just be like, my teeth feel gross.
Dang.
I'll be right back. We're taking a break.
I gotta take a break. Wow, that's very impressive. I've known people who will they should go days without those kind of stuff because of streaming and subathons. So I like that. It's a good way. Yeah.
Even during subathon, I showered.
Even showered. Oh my god. See, that's dedication right there. That's dedication. Never like it. I love it. She's a great role model. She's a magical role model right there. Look at that.
I do my best.
That's the best. I like it. Cool. And then I've also, if you guys would like to ask a question to Rainy that you always wanted to ask, you can also, this is a safe space that you guys can ask, as long as it's within TOS. But if you guys want to tribute to the stream and you do not know what to say, there's actually a redeem that you guys can, a challenge redeem, where you actually can spin this wheel. This wheel will randomly select up something and you'll be able to ask it. Thank you, Sia. Sia. Well, how do you pronounce it?
Safe.
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 Safe? Like
It's German.
Oh, nice.
Safe, like you are very safe.
Oh, very, very safe. I like it.
They're
Safe.
one of my mods.
Oh,
So-
well, Safe, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so great to hear from you. It's great to get this ball going. If you guys want to spin the wheel, totally can do that. We'll be asking all the questions, and she will love to answer all of them. Probably, hopefully,
Yes.
right? Hopefully,
Probably.
probably,
Depends
most
on
likely.
what it is, but
Okay, so the most important anime ever. I need to ask you this question. Monica Magica, did you watch it?
yes.
Is that why you want to be a magical girl?
No.
Okay, because I feel like that would
I've been a magical girl since before Madoka Magica was a concept.
What? She's old school. I love it. She
Mhm.
wanted to be magical before it was cool.
Yeah. I
I like
mean,
it.
before I was a VTuber, I was a cosplayer, and I'm still a cosplayer. I make it sound like that dream died. I'm still a cosplayer, but I always really liked magical girls. So like Magical Girl Doremi, Sailor Moon, things like that. I did enjoy a lot. And so as I got older, I was like, well, it feels good to be a magical girl. So that's what I'm gonna call myself anyway. That's what I'll just be. So like since the age of like 7, I've been like, I'm a magical girl. So when I became a VTuber, it just felt like, the best kind of,
Yeah.
thing to be. I was like,
Yeah.
well, why don't I just continue being what I've always felt I was?
Mhm.
So I did.
I love it. That's actually really cool. Because that's the cool thing about being a VTuber is that you can be whoever you want to be, and you can dress and design yourself to pretty much fit your personality. And as someone who's been wanting to be a magical all their life, this is like a dream come true for you right here.
Exactly. And as a person who is definitely 13 billion years old, I have been around for a long time. And on the age of the DeviantArt, we had roleplay groups, okay? And all of us had like usually a persona that we kind of drew ourselves in. And so I always drew myself kind of as myself, but magical anyway. So I was like, yeah, it works out. It's just like a continuation of a long time thing I had already drawn. So
Nice. I like it. That's actually really cool. Going back to that cosplay idea that you're going for, I've always wondered, because your cosplay is also really top tier. I like them a lot. But
thank you.
I don't remember seeing any of them that you actually cosplayed as yourself, as a magical girl. Did you do that?
I did.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I didn't see that one.
I actually
apologize.
made it myself too. I made it all on stream over the course of a month. So from fabric, I made the pattern myself, and I cut it up and I sewed it together, and it took a long time. And I still have changes that I want to make, because unfortunately I was trying to make it in time for TwitchCon. So I only had like 1 month and a week to complete it. I thought I could complete it in only 2 weeks. That didn't happen. It took a little longer. So I ended up having to like kind of rush a couple of things. So like the boots I wanted to make from scratch, but I had to just buy boots and paint them, and they weren't exactly what I wanted. So there are some updates that I would want to make, but for the most part, I'm very happy with how it came out for my first time.
I like that. That's so cool too. I like that. And that's like you making your own cosplays and then cosplaying those cosplays. Like, what can't you do? Like, that's like the biggest question. Math. Okay, you know what? That's fair.
Math
no one
and
knows
science. Definitely math is not something I'm known for. So
what's
if
2
you
plus
want me
2?
to do any of
What's
that.
2 plus 2?
4.
I thought it was fish.
What's 9 plus 10?
19?
21.
9 plus 10? Huh. 21.
I'm sorry,
No,
I
yeah,
guess you don't
21.
know
No,
that meme.
no. Yeah, I know that meme. The little kid going,
The little
21.
kid's like 21.
21.
It's 21.
It's 21.
That's my type of math. That kid gets me.
I love that. The kid knows what's up. He knows what's up. Never trust VTuber math. Yes, VTuber math is scary. I've tried. It's like a completely different language. It's crazy.
Did you ever see the cosplay I made, or did you ask me if I had before?
So I seen a couple of your cosplays, and I like them a lot. I just didn't see the one you did of yourself. I did a lot of research, but at the end, I didn't see a lot of the cosplays. Oh, there you are. Look
I
at
haven't. I
you.
don't post as much cosplay, just because I haven't had a lot of time to make more cosplay because
It
most
came
of what
out
I do
so
right now.
well. It came out so well.
Thanks. I
You
have some changes I'd want to make, but overall, I was very happy with the result. But I learned a lot making this because I hadn't sewn in a long time, also, so I was kind of like really nervous to work on something. The fabric I used was the wrong type of fabric. I had to stitch every line on my dress myself, so it's all ribbon that had to be stitched in, and it was a long process, but definitely helped me learn a lot about cosplay and how clothing construction.
well, it sounds like you had a really fun time experiencing this new thing. So I think that's really cool. And you
Getting to
look.
stream it was also really fun. So
Oh, did you like stream it live? Because like, that's the other cool thing I wanted to ask you about. Is that you are a hybrid streamer. You actually do live and VTuber, which is really cool. I've never actually got on my show of someone who did both. And that's just really cool. Actually,
yeah,
nice
I personally I was first an IRL streamer, and the only reason I really wanted to be a VTuber is one, who doesn't want to be like an anime girl?
Yeah,
honestly, like who doesn't want to do
this
that?
This is like the
right?
dream right here. This is the dream
Right.
to become anime.
But also, it's really nice to there is like a difference, from like how male streamers are treated versus female streamers. If most guy streamers, I don't think, and maybe this is not for everyone or true of everyone, but most of my guy streamer friends or people that I know have never like gotten on stream and had somebody be like, wow, you look so tired. Why do you look so different today? That's so weird. But like as a female streamer, if you don't wear makeup or like you don't look as pretty, quote unquote, as you did the day before, people would come in and be like, wow, you look so different. Why do you look so weird? And so it's nice to just be able to stream how I want to and not have that like standard that society kind of puts on kind of women to be pretty all the time. Not to say that we're ugly, but sometimes I just want to sit in my pajamas and stream, and I don't want to be told that I don't look the same way as I did 2 days ago when I had on eyeliner and shit.
Ah, I see. Well, you know what? I hear you. That's actually one of the most common answers when it comes to people wanting to become VTubers. There's a lot of reasons why, but a lot of them are just like sometimes they just don't want to like throw all the stuff all over themselves. They just want to look the same no matter what. And I think that's actually what Pokimane did. Didn't Pokimane do something like that? She became a VTuber for a little bit.
She tried to, but people got mad at her. And the reason they got mad at her, from what I understand, I was not really, I didn't really watch her a lot. I still don't watch her a lot. But I kind of was interested in what was happening. She wanted to also kind of, be a VTuber on days that she didn't want to get dressed, but people were like, oh, you're just jumping on it because of clout and hype, because, VTubing is the new cool thing. So you're just like, you're already popular. Why are you stealing, views that somebody else could get, and so I was just like, oh my God.
So she's just like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, she just went, no, I'm okay.
Wow, that's crazy. Like, I actually didn't know that part. I just know that, like, I don't watch Pokemon that often. I used to watch it back in the day when I was into League of Legends. I haven't really played that anymore, but I used to like to watch her play, like, as Lux, because I love Lux. Lux is one of my favorite characters in League of Legends.
Yeah, me too. I love her.
She's so great. I love her so much. So I played
Another
her.
magical girl.
She's actually probably one of the best magicals. You should do a tier list. You should do a tier list of magical girls
girl tier
in
list.
like video games and anime.
Oh my God, that sounds fun.
That should be really cool. But yeah, I used to play her a lot, and I used to watch Pokemon. But she used to main her a lot, and I would like to learn from her. But then I stopped after she started doing other things, which is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. But then I heard that she did a VTuber, and her reason was because she didn't want to throw on all the makeup every single time she had her on stream. And I thought that was a really cool idea. But then he didn't hear anything back her, so I didn't know if she still did it or not.
I think, like, there's no way to tell exactly what her reasoning was. Like, if it was just because of the fact that you didn't want to wear makeup, but a lot of people didn't see it that way. They saw it as like, oh, because that was like, I think early 2020 when VTubing was like brand kind of, I don't want to say brand new in the West, but it was very popular and it was like so special. You could become a VTuber and see a exponential amount of success because the space was so small, and now that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah, now there's a lot of them, which is great. I love it. I love all the VTubers that I get to meet, and I still think it'd be cool if there's definitely going to be more like VTubers come on board. Because one of the reasons why I love VTubers so much is that it gives people an opportunity to do something they've always wanted to do without the fear of being seen. You know,
Yeah,
because there's a
or
lot.
even their voice. You
Yeah.
know, some people use voice changers because they want the privacy that is, you know, what they have right now, but they also want to be able to create content but not necessarily be in the public eye, and that allows them to do that. I think Iron Mouse is a great example.
Yep, 100%. I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. I like it a lot. But
Mhm.
enough of gushing about all that kind of stuff. Let's get into the first question of the night. Are you ready?
Okay.
Cool. And that is what else is best to ask for an interview like this than just to ask why? Just why? And when? When did you get started and why did you get started with streaming?
Yeah, okay, cool. So when did I start streaming? Technically on April 27th, 2020 is the first time I ever streamed. So my 4-year anniversary is actually next month.
Ooh.
But I had wanted to stream originally back in 2014. I was in college and I thought it would be really cool. I had always really looked up to YouTubers, and I had I have multiple YouTube accounts of my own. And in the past that just, you know, hadn't really gone anywhere. And so I was like, well, you know, maybe I'm not good at editing. Maybe if I did live streaming instead, it would be different. But it was very hard to set up OBS and stuff because sometimes you need to know coding. There weren't as many widgets. It was still so very new. I think, you know, Twitch was like made only in 2013. It was like it became Twitch like officially. So it was like still very new. And so I kind of went, oh, okay, well, I'm busy. I don't really know how to code. I don't have friends that know how to code. I don't want to have to figure this out. So I didn't. And then in 2016, I was like, oh, maybe I'll start streaming now, because I had a couple friends who were streamers, but also Overwatch became popular.
Oh.
And I love Overwatch. Not, you know, as much anymore. I liked Overwatch 1 more, but I still do like the game. And so I was like, I want to become an Overwatch streamer. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be so fun? And then it didn't happen because once again, I didn't have time. I was about to graduate and things were going crazy and I was just busy. So I waited some more, and eventually I had to move home with my parents, and then the pandemic happened.
Whoa.
And
my
so
God.
I was at home. I didn't have a lot of friends to talk to. I was like, I've never really had a group of friends that were like I was a full part of. It was kind of like, I don't know if you've ever felt this way, like you're the friend that people ask to hang out with when they have like no one else, you know, type of feeling. And so some of my friends were talking together, but I wasn't really included in that. And so I was just like, wow, I am just really extremely lonely. So what do I do?
What they do?
And so one of my friends, Volshock, was a streamer and was streaming kind of during the pandemic, you know, and he was like, I said, oh, I'm really interested in streaming. I've been interested in it for a long time. He was like, well, why don't you? And I was like, because isn't it hard? And he was like, well, here's your applications. Here's all your widgets. Go. And I was like, oh, there's widgets? So I started streaming. I streamed art for a while, and it was bad. It was so bad. My streams were very rough. But so yeah, the why is like because I was lonely and because I wanted, you know, people to talk to in a space that was really nice. And then the when was about 4 years ago almost.
Oh, wow. So it's cool to see like how like you started out as something very like basic and like trying to do something, and you see you as you grew. Would you say that if the pandemic didn't happen, you wouldn't be where you are right now?
I feel like at some point I probably would have started streaming just because I do have friends, and I did have friends that do stream. So I feel like eventually I would have started streaming. Would it have happened when it did? Probably not. So I'm happy that I don't want to say like I'm happy for the pandemic, because I'm not. There's you know, there's a lot that goes with that, but I will say that the pandemic did give me a lot of things. Like I now have friends. I now have like a very sweet community of people, and I'm lucky that they're around. And I've grown a lot, not just because of my own work and efforts, but because of the people that believe in me. So I feel very lucky to have had this opportunity, and I hope it continues to grow.
will definitely continue to grow. Knowing how he's supportive and all the content you bring out, I'm pretty sure you'll just keep growing as time goes on. You know,
That's
like
all I can hope for.
just make sure you don't burn out, miss, okay? Because that's like something that could definitely happen because all the stuff you do and all the content, like, you were just talking to me just a little bit ago about scheduling and like how much
Yeah,
you have to do with that kind of stuff. That do not burn out.
I
Take
will do my
breaks. Make sure you
best.
take breaks, please.
Well,
Because
one of the reasons I'm having issues with scheduling is because I am taking 2 breaks.
oh,
2 weeks off next month. Unfortunately, I normally would not take off such a large break, but one of my husband actually wanted to go on vacation, and this was the time that just worked out best for him. And so I was like, oh well, I was already going on a trip, so I like go on. I'm gonna be gone for a week, and then I'm back for like 2 days, and then I leave again immediately. So I'm only gonna be home for like 2 days, really, but
well,
until the end of the month.
well, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure chat will agree because chat is very supportive. But I think you should take that time and relax, enjoy yourself, kind of refresh so that when you come back to us, you will have the full of energy Rainy that we all love, right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be
I'm
great.
very excited to take a break, but also I have content that needs to be made before then, so I
Yep,
have
so
stuff
you
to
can
fulfill
still
and
spread
going.
out. Yeah. For the people who are like only watches you whenever you post something, because we have a lot of different kind of communities and all of them are loved. We all love every single one of them. But there's some people in the community who doesn't really interact with you on like a social
Mhm.
level. Like they don't come to streams very often and they don't post something like that. They usually just sit back and just like either lurk or they just like to watch whenever you post something and enjoy it.
Mhm.
Those are the kind of people that you want to keep on posting things on, and they might not know why you are like taking a break. They might not even notice you take a break, but they
Yeah,
want to see your content. And I think those are going to be really good reasons why you want to keep releasing something. But that's why we able to schedule things. It's so nice.
exactly.
So that's really cool. I really like that. It's really nice. Cool.
Thank
So,
you.
of course, of course. Second question for you. What do you like the most about being a VTuber gamer? In this case, what do you like the most about being a VTuber gamer slash artist slash singer slash cosplayer slash it's too many.
Thanks. For me, I just really like the fact that I can kind of use all of the hobbies that I've ever had in life and the skills that I learned in college. I have a degree in digital art and animation with a focus in character design. And so getting to be a VTuber allowed me to not only design my own character, but also to I design other people's VTuber
Oh.
models and outfits on the occasion. And um I just really like that I can use all of my skills. I'm not like some people in life, they're very focused on, and maybe this doesn't have anything to do with necessarily being a VTuber and just how I run my content instead, but there are some people that like they're just known for one thing, and that's fine. But I get bored easily, and I don't want to just be known for one thing because I would get bored doing that thing. It's why, like, thinking now about how at one point I wanted to be an Overwatch streamer, there's no way I would have stayed as just an Overwatch streamer. I would have gotten so bored. I mean, I love playing Overwatch, and I did play Overwatch for like hours on end, but if that's all I ever streamed, I would get bored. So, yeah, I do love that being a VTuber allows me to make a large variety of content, especially because, like we talked about earlier, I have like 12 to 13 different models. So I have some that are 2D, some that are 3D, some that are pixel, some that are, uh, what's it called? Voxel. I like to, when I'm gaming, try to use a model that matches kind of the style of the game that I'm playing. So if I'm playing a pixel game, I'm probably gonna use my pixel model. If I'm using, doing a 3D game, I'll probably use one of my 3D models.
Oh,
Or
nice.
like whenever I play PlayStation 2 games, I usually use my low poly model.
Oh, that's so cool. I like
So,
that. That's really cool. And we'll get to the games in a little bit because I do like the fact that like you play a lot of retro games. I'm a huge retro lover, so like, I would love to
yeah.
pick your brain on what kind of retro games going to it. And Phoenix, don't be afraid. I did see your spin the wheel question. I will get to that in 1 second. I do want to jump on something you were mentioning before in that kind of sense. With Overwatch, did you think that like because I know that one of the biggest arguments when it comes to being a content creator is that some
Mhm.
people think that you should be one of those kind of people that just gets into the game like once and they want to be known as this, and then when they do get popular they branch out to other things. Now I'm in the notion that you should start out as a variety streamer. You might grow slower but at least the people who are watching you and who grow up with you watch you because of you, not because you're playing a game. So I have noticed a lot of people who are known for just streaming one thing and they try to hop off, they lose the majority of the community because they're only known for that one thing. Do you
Yeah.
think that it was a very wise decision that you start out as a variety content creator instead of a single content creator?
I think that it's very similar to community college versus going
The
to college,
university.
and that's probably a weird analogy. But when you are going to your first 2 years of college, you know, it's like those first 2 years is the time for you to experiment. It's why they make you take general math, general science. It's so you can figure out what the heck you want to do. And so, in my opinion, like starting out as a streamer, especially, I had no streaming skills. I had experience in leadership, I had experience in improv and theater and singing, but I did not have experience in streaming, like live streaming, talking to people
Hey, listen.
online. You know, I had done similar things in real life. Like I'd run panels at conventions and like run events, but it was different. You know, I'm not seeing a lot of these people in real life. I'm like, I just have to kind of talk and hope that there's somebody there. And so there was a lot that I had to learn. But if I was focused on one game, I might also not have gotten as close to the people who were there, because most of my streams while in variety are more of me talking while we do something in the background. And so I get to know my chatters and they get to know me. And I've grown very slowly over the last 4 years. I have not had a very like sharp graph, I guess, of like suddenly a lot of people, you know, were watching me. It's been a very slow and steady thing, which I think worked very well for me, because then you can grow with your community. Because, you know, I mean, this is a little bit of a different topic, but if you go from like having 5 average viewers to suddenly having 500 average viewers, that's going to be a very different experience, and you might not really, you know, get it. But in terms of starting with one game, I have seen a lot of people who only do one thing and then they try and do something else, and people are like, "Ooh, I don't like change." So for me, I am constantly changing. So there's really, you have to kind of be okay with change if you want to watch me, because we're not going to do a lot of the same stuff all the time. Though we do, you know, on the occasion play Overwatch late at night. So there are some constants.
Constant, love it. Who do you main as in Overwatch?
I don't necessarily have a main anymore. It used to be like Diva, Mercy, and May. Now it's like Diva, Zarya, Junkrat, May, Moira, Mercy. There's a lot.
Well, like I know that when Overwatch first came out, they were trying to like stay away from mains, and they're trying to have it as more like counters. So you play as a certain character, counter the other person. But at the time in the very beginning, they didn't really polish that notion. So one person could really just play as one person. If they're really good at that one person, they can carry the entire game. But now the game is more designed to be more like
counters.
Yeah, counters, kind of situation.
I will say the one pog thing that I have about Overwatch is that for a while in 2016, 2017, I was one of the top 200 divas in the United States of America.
Wow! Applause. That's actually really cool.
She probably was my main. Like if I had to choose one character when I first started, it was Diva. I would always play her, and I loved tanking, but now it's very different. I still like playing her, but I play a lot of Zarya.
No, I gotcha. Zarya is really cool. Have you ever done that really cool like last second like throw your mech out and like get like 5 kill or like a...
Yes, many a time.
That's it's so satisfying. So satisfying. But also, I agree with you, Masamus.
Yeah.
Masamus. I agree with you 100%. I don't like the counter idea because it's the same thing with like Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but I don't like competitive Pokemon because literally it's just you keep on switching your Pokemon, keep on switching your characters to counteract the other ones. I like the main kind of style of things in the beginning where you just play as one character, get really good at that one character, and then people just have to overcome that good character with your own good character.
Don't play Pokemon correctly then.
I
one Pokemon, I make them level 100, and that's it. So I had a Samurott that just used Razor Shell, and I would destroy everyone with Razor Shell.
No, trust me, I only have Ghost type Pokemon. So as soon as I face off against a normal type, I'm like,
Ghost
okay.
types.
Me too. My favorite Pokemon is Gengar. I love Gengar.
That's one of my friends. I think for me, I like Pumpkaboo.
Pumpkaboo is adorable.
That are ghost types.
Pumpkaboo
And Mimikyus.
And Mimikyu. Oh, I love Mimikyu. Mimikyu is one of my first ever shiny I've ever got. I love it.
No, I think mine was a crabby, and I didn't know that it was shiny when I caught it, and I was like, why does this look so weird?
Why does it look so weird? Those are the. I'm pretty sure I've had situations like that when I was younger and I played like old school Pokemon games. I'm like, huh, that's a weird looking Pokemon. I'm just gonna kill it. You know, and then you don't realize it. You don't even know. You don't know. No, you just like see like, oh, that's a weird kind of glitch. I wonder if my Game Boy is wrong.
But the thing was just trying to live.
Yeah, but
And you killed
Pokemon.
it because it was different.
Pokemon. Yes, because it was Pokemon. Back in the day, we kill things we don't want, like Pidgeys and Ratatats. That's what happens.
Poor Ratatats.
Poor Ratatats.
Wait, what is your favorite Pokemon ever? Is it Gengar?
Yeah, it's Gengar.
Mine's Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur's good. I'm a Squirtle person. That's my favorite starter.
I am normally not a grass type Pokemon gal, but I really like Bulbasaur. I don't know what it is about this little cute little frog walking puppy thing, but I love it.
Puppy thing, a puppy dog frog thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I respect that. I respect that. I'm starting to hear more of a rise of like Bulbasaur and Squirtles, and less of a rise of Charmanders, which I'm okay with. But I'm not really a fan of Charmanders. I'm not a fan of those.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, going back to what we were saying before. Phoenix, you actually spin the wheel, so let's go and do that. So this is Phoenix's question right here. Phoenix would like to ask a question. He's looking right now, so he's chilling. Well, actually, he said, Pokemon talk. Pokemon do talk. Pokemon do talk. So, this might be a really cool thing for you because you are integrating with a lot of different kinds of communities for all the things you like to do. So, on your free time, what YouTubers do you like to watch?
So I really like Korone. I can't watch her streams a lot because they're mostly in Japanese. And my
She's
Japanese
adorable.
is
She's
not,
adorable. I love her.
not the best. She is like, when people are like, I have an Oshi, she is like my Oshi. She's just so cute, and she's the only one I have figures of. Her and Marin from
Marin
Hololive.
is great. They both are great.
I also just think Marin is so hardworking, and like she always puts out new music, and she always like does her best, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she is what I aspire to be like, you know. And Korone just actually Korone is probably, her and Coco, Kiryu and Coco are probably the reasons why I fully decided to become a VTuber, because one, I knew about Kizuna Ai back in 2016, but I didn't know that that was something the average person could do. It definitely seemed like you have to have a company backing you, you know. And now, like, even with like Code Miko, you know,
Yeah.
there's so many cool things you can do as a singular person. And I know Code Miko has a team, but like as a singular person, you can now be a 3D avatar, 2D avatar. You can be a little gremlin, like whatever. You can do whatever you want. And so when Coco was talking about, like, she did an English stream, I think, with Korone, and Korone then did her like English only Mario, where she's like,
I love it. It's so good.
I don't remember what she said, but it was just
She
it was so
said, she
cute.
said a lot of things. She said there's the water in the fire. She said
The what's
turtle
in the
house.
fire exactly? Why is that water in the fire? I'm just like, she's so cute.
She's so adorable. I love it.
And the one thing that I loved about her streams is that even though I can't fully speak Japanese, I can always tell that she's having a good time. And I was like, I want one day, no matter like who's in my chat, if people speak my language or not, that they can tell, they can like feel that I'm having a good time and that the stream is a fun place to be. And so when I found out that the average person, like that you know, lots of like artists were now learning how to make 2D models, it was like, oh, I want to be a VTuber too.
Ooh.
I can be a VTuber instead, you know. And so she her and Coco are probably the things that really pushed me to want to pursue VTubing seriously, because I at this point, when I found that I was still a very hobby in terms of streaming, and over the course of the couple years I became very serious and wanting to make this my career.
I love it. I think it's adorable. It's a good career and good Oshi to actually learn from, because Grone is legendary. Love her English
I love
streams.
her.
It's very good, very good. Best dog.
And she does
best doggo.
flips.
She does flips. I saw that. I saw that she did a flip. I was like, holy frick.
3
so
years
cool.
in a row, man.
Wow. Dog flips are best flips. Definitely. Now, here's the very burning question then. And again, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But I think a lot of people have been kind of talking about this a little bit because of agencies reaching out to other people and asking them to join. If you were reached out to by an agency as a basic agency or even like Hololive levels of agencies, would you be interested in joining them?
So it depends. One, I look deeply into I would look deeply into the company. If I was randomly asked to join Hololive, I would probably say yes. One, because of the fact that like who would give up that opportunity? You
Right?
know, the only downside would be that I would ask them if I could still stream as myself.
Mm,
Which none of their talents do, and I don't know if that's like some of their talents still stream IRL, but do not stream as their whatever VTuber they had before. And so I don't know if that's just a kind of common thing, is that they don't stream as a second avatar, or if they're not allowed to. But
mm,
I would not mind playing a different character, but I really like my model is based on me in real life. And so it's not a character that I'm playing as much as it's just me. And so I don't want to give that up. And I don't want to be like, well, community that I spent the last 4 years, all of these people that I got close to, I'm gone. Hope you find me where hope you find me where I'm at, you know?
Off to
And so,
Hololive.
especially because you can't tell them,
Yeah,
you
no, I
know?
can't. Not allowed to.
So you
Apparently.
just kind of have to be like, I hope you find me again. Um, But if I was asked to join Hololive, I'd probably say yes and just ask like, could I still stream as myself? I wouldn't stream as often, you know, but I wouldn't want to just all of a sudden be gone.
Mm,
And I don't want all of the hard work that I've spent on this to also kind of be wasted.
true,
Um,
true.
you know,
Oh,
because
it's nice.
oftentimes you're not, and once again, not sure if this is a contract thing or if it's like just the norm, and so everyone like abides by it. But once you leave a company, it's been changing recently with the amount of people that are like, you know, talking about their past life when they leave.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the past, if you left a company, you didn't really ever say that you worked for that company. And so people who knew you as industry agency VTuber, blah, 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 might never know that you're also indie VTuber so and so.
Mm,
And I don't really love that. I feel like if you're a good talent, you should be able to go and talk about who you were. And I know that for Hololive, and for the other company,
mm.
I think it's more based on like the immersion and how that's not supposed to be broken. But I don't think most companies would accept me anyway because of the fact that I am more of a hybrid.
Mm.
I don't really like to necessarily stay hidden. Um, like, you know, obviously, if you are a VTuber and you don't want to share your face or your voice, that's totally fine. But me, myself, I don't have any issue with that. And I don't want to have to do that. So I would be, you know, probably hesitant, but look at the contract and think about it. But in terms of a smaller agency, unless that agency had connections that could actually help me grow and could guarantee some sort of like,
Income.
we
Like stuff
can't
like that.
guarantee that you'll be successful, but we can guarantee that we have connections to sponsorships or to these creators or to anything that I was actually going to help me or could like fund my projects. Then yes, but if that was not possible, no. I would
Mhm.
rather just continue working by myself because I don't need to pay for a manager when I can manage myself. I don't need to pay someone additional money to not give me
Hmm.
connections when I could just go out and make connections, you
True,
know?
true, true, true.
So it really
So
depends.
makes sense, makes sense. Now
If it
you
was
may.
NB Shoujo, that would be different.
That's what I
Because
was gonna
it
ask you next.
seems, it just seems like you are allowed to be yourself. And I don't know, because they are a very different company. They don't just, I actually did apply when they
Oh.
had applications the one time. And I did get to part 2, but, and I can't talk about what's in it, but that's NDA. But you know, it felt cool to know that I did get to part 2, even though like they ended up choosing someone who was kind of already friends with a lot of the talents. If I had ever the chance to be asked, unless the contract is actually like really messed up, which I don't think it would be with those talents, that some of the talents that came from another agency are now there and seem very happy. I'd probably say yes because I can still be myself.
Mhm.
I don't
True,
want
true.
that ever to be. My entire brand is me being genuinely myself, so it just wouldn't feel right to go to a company that would have me change that.
No,
So
I agree with that. I can understand that. And like I think that's like the argument is that like if it's like a really big company that can support you and get you to where you want to go, then yes, obviously you want to go do that. But then of course read the contract very detailedly. But if
mm-hmm.
it's a company that can't do that and most likely will just use you to get them bigger, then yeah, don't go for that. Don't for that. Yeah, but Phoenix, to answer your question really quick, we are still on question 2. but we go off topic and talk about a lot of different questions as
We
time goes
did
on.
do your question though.
We did. It was really good. It was really good. Like, I'm pretty sure the question was that you like to watch Corone, and
Yeah,
that's always
I
good.
also like Markiplier actually.
Oh,
Like
Markiplier's great.
love Markiplier. I've been watching him since I was really young. So
Yeah, but I still love his fail frame streams. They're so great. I love him. Meow, meow. I love it. Cool. So next question, and this is actually a really fun question to ask because not many people think about this. What do you bring to the VTuber community helps you stand out a little bit? I think I know the answer, but I'll have you say it.
I think for me, because of the fact that I'm a hybrid, I can often show people what it's like to actually be a VTuber. And you might be like, what does that mean? But like, there are a lot of videos to help you set stuff up and to teach you how to use VTuber programs. But what does that mean? Like, how do you actually like move your model properly? How do I change settings and stuff? Like, what makes the model feel very alive? And the one thing that I've always been complimented on most of the videos that I post online is, wow, even though you're using a model, you feel more alive than most other VTubers. And I'm like, I mean, you know, it's just because I try to use my model as much as possible. And it is kind of, you either have to move a lot or more in a certain way, or you have to, you know, change your settings so that you can move slider and still have a lot of sensitivity. But if you're just like not moving, and this is not as interactive as, you know, someone who's moving around. Because if you're IRL, you're probably going to be like maybe talking with your hands or moving around or, you know, just gesticulating, I think is the right word. But, you know, as a model, especially if you're a 2D model and you don't have a bunch of special toggles and stuff, you gotta be able to express properly. And just because you use a model does not mean you should not fully express. Because if you just sit there quietly, not open your mouth a lot, your model's not going to do that either. So
You have to move around a lot. Actually, I had a friend who I interviewed before, and we did like a collab Helldiver stream actually not long ago. He was actually telling me, oh, I love that game too. It's so good. But we actually went out and actually talked a little bit, and what he told me was that as he was a VTuber and has to be more expressive in movement, he accidentally started doing that at work, and people kept on asking him, like, why do you move around so much when you talk? And he's like, oh shit, I can't tell him. I can't tell him.
I can't let them know I'm a VTuber.
It's just funny to like see that like people get really used to talking with their hands or talking, move around as a VTuber. That when they go into real life, you usually can tell if they're a VTuber if they move around a lot when they talk. So they're used to that.
For me, I've always moved around a lot. I talk with my hands a lot.
Me too.
And so it's very normal for me. People are like, do you move extra? I'm like, well, for me, no. But for somebody else, they probably have to move extra. But I just move the same amount I normally move. And yeah.
So here's my question, okay? So you have a really cool style where you actually can go from 2D, 3D, and then of course 4D, what someone actually explained it for. And when you do that, you can pretty much what's the phrase I'm trying to think of? You can pretty much wrap your content around your model preference. Like you were saying before, if you want to play a PS2 game, you have a model for that. You want to play a 3D game, you have a model for that. Is there a model that you prefer to be in, or just be realistic, like be like a flesh tuber like myself, over the others? Or do you pretty much you don't feel any difference between any of the models that you ever go into?
I really have a preference. I think it depends on how I'm feeling that day. So like if I don't feel like using my hand tracker, I'm probably not going to be in my 3D model because I then have to set up the hand tracker. It also, if my computer's struggling that day, maybe I can't use my 3D models. You know, maybe I need to restart my computer, so I'll use 2D instead for the time being or something. But I make sure that I like my models all fully. So even like some of my oldest models, I still love to use, even though they're not my like current models. A lot of VTubers have like their 1.0 model, that's the only model they use, and then their 2.0 model, and that's the only model they use. I use all of my models at any time. And it's just, I'll be like, I feel like this today. I feel like being this today. I'm gonna change it. But I guess like in terms of being able to express, I do love my 3D model, but there are things about my 3D model that I want to be different. So, but I'm working on those things. So those won't be a problem anymore, but I like all of them the same.
Nice,
Because also
nice.
all my models have been worked on very hard by awesome artists, and so you know, I like to work with them
Nice.
and to showcase their work.
I like that. That's actually really cool. I love your models, and you tailor them to whatever content you
Thank
make.
you.
I think that's really unique and interesting. I just thought that might be like one model that you might prefer over the other kind of model, but it sounds like it's just like depends on your mood, really.
Well, and
Depends on your
also
mood.
each one is so unique. It's kind of hard to be like, this one's my
It's my favorite.
absolute favorite because, my 3D model does not look exactly like my 2D model. My chibi models have a different energy to them. It really depends on just, I love them kind of all the same, but I just depends on what I'm doing and what feels best for the moment.
Yeah, it's like an outfit, Like I like this
Yeah.
outfit. This is a really cool outfit, but like this is not my favorite. But I feel like wearing this outfit today and kind of switch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one thing. So I normally have a lot of clips with my 3D model because I do use it a lot. It's my like, out of all of my models, it's currently my newest model in terms. I mean, it's still 2 years old, but it's like my newer one, and so I use that one a lot. And it when people come in, they see my clips, and then they come to stream and they're like, "Oh, this is a different model." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's all me. It's all
Told
the
me.
same.
Told me.
It's the same design. It's just I'm just not 3D today. I got flattened. It's okay."
Makes sense. Makes sense. No worries. I like it. It's really good things. Really good things. All right.
So
Let's
is your
get.
hat from Danganronpa?
It is a Danganronpa.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. I like it a lot. I saw it online. I was like, I must have it because I love flat brim hats and I love hats. I just love like designs and outfits that doesn't like scream out the thing you have.
Yes.
Like it doesn't say
Oh
like
my gosh, yes.
yes, it doesn't say like Naruto on the side of it, but you'll see like the symbol that's like very like thin. Yeah, and then like people will like see that like I know what you're talking about. If they don't know what they're talking about, they just see a cool design.
There's like, it's just a cool design. No, I'm like that too. I hate when my clothes will say like in big letters like what it is because I'm like, I want it to be subtle.
Yeah, I like subtle.
I want
like
people
subtle.
to know. It's like if you know, you know, but if you don't know, that's fine.
Yep, exactly.
you know,
I
you
love
know.
that. Exactly. That's why I love this hat because like it doesn't like have a giant Danganronpa on the head. It is you see the symbol and you see the different colors, and that's enough for any fan to know what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad you like it. It's very good.
I do.
As a fashion person as yourself, I take that as a compliment that you liked it.
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So let's get into a different topic right now, and let's actually give a treat to our fans in the chat. You guys might like this, so you can say thank you to me later. But here's a nice little treat for you guys. Any games you're looking forward to stream in the future?
Yes. Okay. So I had a super kind chatter. Okay, I've never owned a GameCube. I've never owned a GameCube, not once in my life. At one point in high school, I had to borrow both a GameCube from a friend and Tales of Symphonia so that I could like play Tales of Symphonia, but I had to borrow them from different people. Well, one of my chatters, I was mentioning it on stream, and he was like, "Well, I have one. If you don't, if you're okay with me just sending it to you," and I was like, "What?
What?
You'll just send me?
Send you a GameCube? Wow.
And so he sent me a GameCube, and he sent me Wind Waker, which I've been told that I would love, and it apparently can also play SP games, like Game Boy Advance games. So there's a lot of games that I want to play, like Summon Nights, and I just really like older games. So I'm excited to play those on the GameCube, and I'm finally excited to. We're almost done playing all of the Nicktoons Unite games. There are 4 of them. We've played 3. And then after that, we'll play the Ed, Edd n Eddy game because I really love Cartoon Network and cartoon games. So
that's good. I love Ed, Edd n
that
Eddy.
is yeah, me too. I think it's a really good show. That's actually a model that I really want is if I can find someone to do a very cartoony style model.
Oh,
I was like
like
if
a
I could find someone to
kind of
draw.
stuff.
Yeah, in like Ed, Edd n Eddy style, I would love an Ed, Edd n Eddy style model. That would be so cool.
You will have to look like Naz, right?
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, so I do this project where this is like lore related. I don't have full lore yet. I mean, I do, but people don't know what it is. But Rainy exists in every single thing.
Everything.
I have many they're all me. But
all
they,
multiverses. They're the multiverse of reigns.
Kind of. I exist in everything. So, like, I'll draw myself in different styles of things. So, like, Teen Titans Go, I've drawn myself in that. In Billy and Mandy style, in Lucky Star. I like to draw myself emulating the style of the show or game that I'm, trying to emulate. And so I would like to one day have, like, if I ever had money like Iron Mouse has money to get models, I would just have lots of different styles of models, you know?
I like that.
Because
That is really cool.
I just want that so badly. But one day.
I want you to do a Jet Set Radio model. I want to see you do a Jet Set
I've
Radio
never
model.
gotten to play that game,
so
but I've
good.
heard it's
So
fun,
good.
and I think a sequel is coming out or something, or like a remake.
Yeah, there's a talk of a remake coming out by the same
Yeah.
people. But also, if you want to play a game that's like that but is not made by the same people, a Bomb City Rush. Oh, I can't remember what actually it was called. I have
Hi-Fi
the game.
Rush?
No.
Oh.
One second. I have the games right here.
Oh, okay.
If you want to play a game like that still has the same style, there's actually Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's actually a really good game with the
What's it
same
for?
file. It's for PS4, PS5, Xbox, and I think
Oh,
even
I
the
have
Switch.
that.
It might be on the Switch. Definitely recommend playing it if you are a fan of like Jet Set Radio. It's really good, really good. Go on
Yeah,
login
if you,
style model would be cool too.
Send me the. See, that would be so cool with the cloudy hair. I'd look like Nia.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Okay, that'd be really cool. I can definitely send you what it looks like.
Yeah, if you
I'll
send
do
me
that
the
really
name of the game, I'm very interested. I love when people in chat. Actually, somebody the other day was talking to me about a game called Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness. That's another good one. That's a newer game that came out recently. It kind of
Hmm.
has a
Eternal Darkness is really old.
Wait, what?
It's for the GameCube.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of a different kind
Yeah, I
of
was like, it's not new. It's quite old. But they were talking to me about it, and I was like, oh man, I'd really like to play it. And so it's kind of pricey. It's like $100.
Oh, that's the
to
4
buy it.
game. Okay, yeah, no, now I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
like, very expensive. I never emulate games. Also, I always play them on the console they were made for.
Mhm.
So I own like a lot of older consoles. I have PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and soon to be 5. And then I have an original Xbox. I don't have an Xbox 360, unfortunately. We unfortunately sold ours, but
Oh.
I have a GameCube, an N64. I have multiple 3DSs and DSi and DS Lite, and I really like collecting consoles.
Nice. I'm in that stage of my life right now that I'm doing that. I'm getting to the retro field, and I'm actually trying to collect as many of my retro stuff too. So
Mhm.
I have a lot of the retro stuff, a lot of the new stuff too, but I want to get into more of the retro stuff. So I still need to get NES and a Nintendo 64, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty easy to get, not too difficult. I got
An NES, I think they made too, so they have like newer versions of it that can play NES games.
Yeah, I know that there's like emulated ones that are designed like
No,
that.
not an emulator. It's like a real thing.
Are you talking about the classics, like the NES classic?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
those
think
are really
so.
cool. Those are really cool too. I got my hands on one of them, but then it was super crazy popular, and I didn't think I would ever like need it or play it, so I sold it when it was going full.
No,
Yeah, I know.
no.
I got $800 for it though.
Yeah, but don't sell it.
No, well, see, I want to get an actual NES. I want to get an actual NES.
Okay, well,
The
that's
actual NES classics were really cool and all, and they were really hard to find. But I want to get a legit thing. I like true like retro. I like the emulated stuff too. But like a lot of the games I like to play retro wise are usually from the actual systems themselves, and I think
Same
those
for
are really
me.
cool. Like on Halloween, I'm gonna be playing the old school Fatal Frame 2 on the
nice.
PS2.
That game is hard to get.
Yeah, so I'm going to get that, and I'm gonna be playing it, and I'm going to try and play it on the old school console, so it has all that like
The only thing you
oldies
need now
feels.
is a CRTV, and
Yep.
somehow learn to stream from that so that people can see
Oh,
it.
that'd be difficult. That'd be difficult.
I'm like trying really
is
hard
hard.
at this point now to find a CRTV because I used to have one and now we just don't, and a VCR because I kind of miss that.
Man, you just got me. So I don't know why, but you just spawned an idea in my head that I want to try to do. I remember watching this one person. He wasn't a streamer; he was a content creator. But I don't think he does it anymore. But what he would do is that he would have an old CRTV in the background, and he will have it play like intros of like old school games, just
Nice.
idling in the background. I kind of want to do that now. Like I kind of want to get an old TV that just plays in the background, like while I'm doing my own stuff, and just will like keep on rotating like different like intro sections in the old school
Yeah.
style.
I don't have anything like that, but I do have in my room that I stream from on stream that people can see. I have like a my monitor in the background has like a bunch of my clips just playing. I think is fun.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's cool. All right, so next, so Viku, it's great to see you. Viku is from my community.
Hi.
Amazing person. But they usually like to dip in, say hi, do cool finger snaps at me, and then dip out, which is totally fine. It's totally good. But they want to do a spin, so this is going to be a Viku spin. So let's see what kind of questions they like to ask you. Also, yes, Fatal Frame, freaking awesome. If you guys haven't played it yet, definitely play it. If you like horror games in any way, shape, or form, they're one of my favorite ones. Definitely recommend. So when Rainy is not doing every single thing that's able to do in the entire world and has free time, what do you do?
I draw Nicktoons fan art.
Wow. Okay. That's one thing.
I draw
never
fan art
guessed
of
that.
cartoon characters. Yeah, so I like to redesign them as adults
Oh, that's kind
and
of
like
cool.
make comics about them. So like the kids next door, but now they're in their like 20s. What would they look like?
Does
like, the
does Four
Avatar.
does Four lose his hair? I feel like Four would lose his hair.
No, well, wait, I don't know when he's 20. Number one just always has his hair gone.
Well, one will always have his hair gone. That's fine, but
I don't know. In their 20s, probably not. Probably in their like 50s.
True.
And they're old, but yeah, that's what I do. I like to draw a lot of times, and I just make comics for Nicktoons characters or Cartoon Network characters.
That sounds fun. It's really cool. I like that. Cool. So
Sorry,
another.
that's a very short answer, but that's
Nope,
what it is.
go for it. Nothing's wrong with that. You be as short, as long, or depth, or as to the point as you like. I feel like number 4 would have long hair. Really? I always thought you would have short hair.
Like a mullet.
Like a mullet. You know what? I
Mullet
can
boy.
see like mullet bowl. I can see that. All right. So, do you have any games you have planned to play with your fans? Any community days you are thinking about?
I don't usually do a whole lot of community days. I used to, but in the Discord, I like to try and it's very rare when we get to do this. I'm trying to make it more of a frequent thing, but the last time we played Helldivers, that was really fun. I played like Overwatch with my community. One time I played Fortnite, so I don't have any like planned ones, but in terms of like games that I want to play that to show to my chatters, is I played Odin Sphere like 2 years ago, and I would really like to play it again because one of my dreams is that one day, if I'm a really big content creator or streamer, is that I can play my favorite game of all time, which is Odin Sphere, in front of like 1,000+ people.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. I can see that. I can definitely see that be a thing. I can definitely see that be a thing. Yes,
Yeah,
Odin Sphere.
I feel like Odin Sphere is mentioned almost every time I stream because it is my favorite game, and I own almost every figure that they've ever released.
That's so cool. I like that a lot. I always wanted to try it. Someone recommended me to play it. I just haven't tried it.
It's very
yet.
fun.
I'll put it on my list of things to try out in the future because I'll be going on some trips soon. I think, if I remember correctly,
It's on the PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5. I highly recommend playing Odin Sphere Lathe Razor because it is the updated version of the game. But the great thing about buying the updated version of the game is you also get the OG version of the game, which is built into the new version, so you can play classic Odin Sphere if you want. I owned Odin Sphere 5 times, so.
No worries. I like that. That's really cool. I gotta give that a shot. Do you like pixel art kind of like style things?
I do.
Cool. I could recommend you a game to play. I would recommend you playing Live a Live.
Live a Live. Is it older or newer?
It was a very old game that came out only in Japan, but it got remade to the Switch. It's a really cool pixelated HD remastered, and it looks so good. And the story, the gameplay, so good. I highly recommend it.
How do you spell it?
Live, and then live again.
Do you like horror games?
I do love horror games.
Do you like Yomawari Night Alone?
I actually don't know that one.
It's a really good game, and it's a very good horror game. It was a Japanese game that they made like English.
Oh, okay. I do know this game. Yes,
so
that
fun.
I
It
do
is
know
so
this game.
scary.
It's so terrifying. I think I did play this once, and I got stuck because I didn't know what to do afterwards. But I'm gonna resume this.
It's
yep,
a
I'm gonna
good
resume
game.
this again. Probably be one of the games I'll play for Halloween. And when I do,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
have
too.
I'm gonna probably have a play like a kind of like a walkthrough right next to me, so if I ever get lost, I can just look that up. So I might do that.
There was one part I got stuck on, like, I don't know how far you are, so I'm not really gonna say it, but there was a part where I had to do something very specific, and you had to do it quick, because if you didn't do it quick, you died.
Oh.
And I kept dying, and I was almost like, frick this game.
Yeah.
But I got messed up, like I lost. It didn't save, and I was like so close to rage quitting, and then I said, you know what? I know what to do now. I'll run it. I'll rush it. I'll do it so super quick. And we finished the game that night. And I was like, I'm happy I didn't.
Nice.
I'm happy I didn't like rage quit.
That's good. That's good. I can definitely see like moments like that, like you just want to give up and just like I'm done with this kind of stuff. But then if you just persevere and just like kind of figure out what you have to do in that one part, and that it works out. And that's kind of why I like that the internet, you can just like look up certain parts of like a game like super quickly and just like understand it. And then that way you can get past it. Because back in the day, you couldn't do that. Back in the olden
day, you had these gigantic documents that were written. There was like 57 pages of like, okay, well, after you walk 50 meters, you'll take a left. And it's like, did I walk far enough? I don't know.
I know, right? Like it's nice that you can just like type it in and you can actually see someone just like get that part where you are stuck at and just do the simple thing of like, oh, if you just turn right and grab this one item behind the wall, you'll be able to do it. It's like, freaking, that's all I need to know. While if you had a playthrough, you had to like go to your section, look through it, you know, find out if you are in the right section, you know, like all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff.
Yep.
This is really good. It's really good. I like it. I like it. All right, let's get into the one thing that a lot of people have been really, really wanting to get to know you about, and that is your design. Your design is very unique in a way that it is you as a person with no animal traits on you. So my question for you, well, yep, you can stand right in the middle. That's perfect. Oh, I love your shoes. Your shoes are all nice.
Thank you.
Cool. Very big.
Yeah, they're rain boots.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. I like that. Okay. So
yeah, I when I first thought of my design, I originally I was just wearing a brown raincoat, and I was like, I don't think I love the fact that it's like a brown raincoat. So I started to change it, and it was like a green and blue like raincoat dress, and I was like, okay, I think I'm starting to like it, but it doesn't feel magical enough yet. So what am I gonna change? And so I have this coat instead. My animation's gonna be a little broken, but I decided like I'm not gonna have a full raincoat, but having like a jacket on top of a cute dress with a big bow, because if you're a magical girl, there's a high chance you're gonna have a bow. And so I thought rainbows would be very cute. So
I agree. I like it a lot. I think this is really well made. I think you guys did a really good job with it. Whoever,
Thank you.
Did you do the rigging and the art for it?
No, that was done by Crimchi.
Oh, cool.
All I did was design it. I designed every outfit that I've ever been shown in on a model. And then I just give that design to an artist, and then the artist and I work very closely together. A lot of times I'm kind of running art direction on it because I do give a lot of feedback. There are no models that I can think of that I did not give feedback on to make closer to what I wanted.
True, so. Which is good. I like that a lot. Very good, very good. All right, well then, what's the thoughts that went into the original design of the model? Because you probably had like a little bit of like a interested like take on like the thoughts when it first came out. And I know you have had this thoughts on this design since you were a little kid. So what made you really want to actually like have this kind of design to make it look the way it does?
Well, so for me, a lot of what I designed is just the outfit, because my hair looks like this in real life. I mean, actually, my hair's curlier, but you know, it's harder to make curly-haired models in the way because I'm half black. Not a lot of people can make curly hair, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just make it look very flippy. But my hair is a split dye, which actually came from I really like Monster Prom. And I don't know if you ever played that game, but there's a character named Vicky, and she's a Frankenstein. And I cosplayed her once, and I fell in love with like the idea of her hair being kind of split. And I know most Frankensteins have that anyway, but I just thought it was so cute. So when I did my first Halloween outfit, or my first Halloween PNG, because I was still a PNG tuber at the time, I did a split dye hair, and I went, huh, I really like this. What if that's just what it was all the time? Because my hair used to be, when I was a PNG, just brown, just normally brown. And I went, what if I did that in real life too? And I liked it so much. So I was like, well, now it's just me. In
That
terms of
is
my
you.
outfit, though, I like this anime called Yuki Yuna's Hero, and it's a dress with a jacket on top. It has a sailor like top or sailor collar, and so I liked the way that the dress that they had for their uniform was constructed. So I kind of took inspiration from that and then added more to the jacket, and the pinstripes I just thought were very cute. I didn't want it to just be plain. And then like my halo and star are lore related things, but
Ooh. Yeah, nice. I like it. I like it. Very good. Very good. Very thought out. You definitely had a lot of like thoughts to get into it. I like that something you designed for your model end up changing who you are in person. You know, you like this one style of your model, but it was just brown hair. But then you tried something different, loved it, and you ended up actually putting on yourself in that. That's really cool. I always
Yeah.
thought that like that style where the front part is like a different color than the back part. I thought that was called the skunk style. And I had a really
I
good
think
friend
that's only
who
if
did
you're
that.
like through the middle.
Okay.
Like if you fully go through the middle, because I had a guy I knew in high school who he actually had like a disease, or not that makes it sound bad. He did not have a disease.
I
It's like
know what you're talking about. Is the one where the colors of the skins is different, and then
but
sometimes
it
if it
wasn't
goes
his
through.
skin; it was just his hair.
Oh,
There's a
like
specific
a
one where it's just the
pigment.
hair. Yeah,
Okay.
and so the front part of his hair and like kind of into the middle was all white, and so he really did look like a skunk. It was cute though.
He's very cute. Very cool. Cool person. Cool person. Okay. Okay. Going back to your model a little bit. So you probably like the one cool thing I've noticed as I was talking to you is that you're very good at changing your emotes while you're talking.
Mhm.
So you'll
Yeah.
when you're excited, you go into the stars. When you are like loving something, you get like all these heart shapes. When you feel like oh my god, your eyes go wide and kind of stuff like that. And it seems like you're really good on top of those kind of things. What other emotes do you like express for yourself that you don't show off
Oh.
very often?
I show all of my emotes off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you specifically are going to pay to have expressions, that you should be using them, and that's something that I'm not going to say that I'm the best, and so
I'm the
obviously
best.
you also do what I do. But I think that it's not utilized enough because on a debut day, right, you'll have a model and they'll have like, oh my god, I have this expression and this expression and like this expression and this expression, right? But you never see them use them. It's very rare when they actually use them. I'm like, I spent money on these.
Yeah,
You're
use
not
them.
gonna
You
see
want
them.
the second one was kind of scary. I gotta admit, that was a cool one. I like
What?
I think you got some. I think you got some tea on your cheek.
Okay. I'll clean it.
Okay,
We're good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It was
See?
tea. It was tea. Oh, that's adorable. I like that one.
Yeah. So I feel like if if you're going to have toggles, you should be using them. And I know that like a lot of people don't think to use them even while they're playing games, but I will still be touching them even while I'm playing a game, like a game of Fortnite or Overwatch,
Okay,
because I
makes
still
sense.
think it's important
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
100%.
expressiveness of the entertainment value of your model
Exactly.
can only be as good as you using it. So
True. Now, a little bit of a break the fourth wall kind of style. Do you have like a Steam Deck or like a separate set of keys that you like to press, like on command, so you can easily do it very quickly?
yeah, I just have buttons.
These are
So
buttons.
my Stream Deck is like right next to my so I have like my keyboard, my mixer, and then to the right I have my buttons. So I can quickly push them. The problem is a lot of people just don't remember to push them.
Mhm.
They're like in the middle of fighting something and like Helldivers, right? It's like I'm being killed by a bug. Why am I gonna remember to push the button? I do.
I do. I
remember to push the button.
these things. Like, how long did it take you to like kind of get that ingrained with your streaming style?
Not a lot. I don't think I consciously think about it as much. It's more like what am I expressing, and then like I just know where the buttons are. I don't
That's
usually even
really
look at
good.
the.
That's really talented right
thing,
there.
so-
That's really good. Yeah,
Thank
Save
you.
actually asking, are you considerably thinking about pressing the buttons, or does it come automatic?
It kind of just. I want to say like it's fully automatic. Like I wish that it was just like
Wow, that's
it just
cool.
happened, but it's more like I'm playing and then I do have to like make a note to hit my stream deck because it is off of my keyboard.
Mm.
But oftentimes it's not like I'm necessarily thinking like, oh, I have to hit the button now. It's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. I'm telling a story about this thing. I'm sad. Like I just click the buttons.
That's
that
like
relate to that.
that's like years of integration with you and your model. Like pretty much like the way you feel, the way you should feel during this conversation. You know your model needs to look this way. I think that's really impressive. Very good skill. Very good skill. I like
Do you
it.
purposely change? No, I just talk this way.
Change your voice, or is it just how you talk? Like yeah, like I would definitely say that like yeah, you haven't really changed your inflections like at all.
My
Like
voice has a lot of inflection. Like
well,
I have I don't change it though. Like I don't put on a voice. Like I don't
yeah,
try
yeah,
and like sound this way. It's just I just talk.
yeah. Just talk.
I just talk.
Just talk. Well, I know
My voice. Oh no, go ahead.
all I was gonna say is I've had people on my show before where like in the beginning they had like really high pitched like anime go like ooh oh my god this is so great I love this kind of thing, but then as time goes on, even in our interview, you guys actually see them like get more comfortable, and then you hear their voice like come out, the actual voice comes out, which is totally
Nah, it's just
fine.
me.
But yeah, you haven't really changed your way you talk at all since we even before we started, when we were just chatting before the stream started. You haven't changed at all since then. So a little behind the scenes for you guys, she doesn't change her voice. Her voice is just normally sounds like that.
Like I said, my brand is built on genuineness. So
You
if I was
are
putting on a
you.
voice, like yeah, I feel like it's too much struggle to for me personally. Obviously, if you want to put on a character, you know, like we talked about Hololive a little earlier, where a lot of times they are just that's their character. You know, if they have a higher pitched voice or they like are trying to do like a kind of sexy style voice, whatever, that's what they're going to be. But I'm just me. That's just what you get.
You are very transparent. That's a really good way to say it. You're very transparent. Very cool. Very cool.
I like to be if I can.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. It's a good way to do it. It's a very good way to do it. Now here's my favorite question to ask. Of all the things that's on your model, and for someone who's had this design for a very long time, some people in chat might not know this. So this is actually a really good question. What is your most favorite part about your own design?
My eyes.
Your eyes are beautiful. I love the way they work. I definitely see.
I designed them and then I asked my model mom, I was like, yo, can you like make them look like I want it to look like there's a, what's it called? A galaxy inside.
Yeah.
Like I want them to look just like they could go on forever. And so she made them very pretty and they just have like lots of really cute animations and
yeah, there's a
sparkles,
lot
and
of
I just,
animations. There's a lot of animations. Like where like the blue part like kind of goes in when you close your eyes for a while and like comes
yeah,
goes
it's like
back.
a bubble.
Yeah, it's like a bubble. It's so interesting. I've never really seen a lot of VTubers have that like bubble animations. Very unique. Very unique. These clothes are funny because the eyes are lucky, but they're also looky. Ah, I see. Very lucky eyes. Very lucky eyes. Yeah. Very good.
But
Very
yes,
good.
that is my favorite part.
Now, I don't want you to feel like you're taking this the wrong way in any way, shape, or form. I am only saying this out of love and wow, I can't talk today. I can't think of like words still not coming to me as much as it usually does. Take that as a compliment. Have you ever heard of what a garu is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like a garu design or style to you?
I do.
A little
I
bit.
feel like Yara is very specific.
So there's different levels of garu. Like there's very garu that a lot of people like go for, but I think you like the high school character of a garu. You know, like you have like I don't know. That's just how I felt. Like I just got done watching a anime about garus. And you have like that design style to it, and it looks really nice.
Okay,
I like
what
it a lot.
was it? Was it Super Gals?
No, it's not Super Gals. It just ended on Crunchyroll just a second ago.
Is it My Girlfriend Was a Gyaru?
Is the Hokkaido gals are super adorable.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good anime. I really, yeah. It's not. It's
really
Hokkaido
like,
girls. Yes. Yeah, I like that.
I
It's
really
adorable.
like.
You kind of remind me of the
called?
main character a little bit.
Okay, I'll have to look it up after.
Definitely. I have that on my list. It's very good. It's very good, adorable. Very good, adorable.
I watch older stuff, so I automatically thought of Super Gals, which is like from the 90s.
I feel like, so as someone who used to watch a lot of old school anime, you kind of like get into like different levels of an anime fan. You first just get into it for the first time. You watch all the mainstream stuff. Then you kind of go off and like watch as many like non-familiar anime and trying to get your like broad like your like knowledge of all these different kinds of anime onto it. And then when you are like me, when you don't have time to watch anime, you just watch all the newest stuff that comes out, and you give the 3-episode rule where you watch an anime
I
that's
always
brand
have the
new.
3-episode rule.
Yep, I always have it with all the new stuff. I watch it for 3 episodes. If I don't like it after 3 episodes, then I'll stop. But I'll always watch at least 3 episodes of every single
See, I
new
just don't
thing.
even do that. I just rewatch old stuff that I know is good.
Well, which is good. That's fine. I haven't really rewatched it. Last time I rewatched something was my favorite romance anime, which was We Never Learn. I rewatched that, and that was really great. But yeah, really cool, very cool. I do like your eyes. Your eyes does a really good job. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, next question for you. And again, you said that you haven't really dove too much into it. Gotta have your comfort anime. You gotta have the comfort anime. Gotta have the comfort anime. But go into as much detail as you would like to. And that is, what is your lore / backstory?
I will not be going into it.
Well, it has something to do with her star and her halo. So that's all we know. That's all we know.
Yes.
This is...
It's I'm working on a project for it, so hopefully I can bring it. I can show it fully soonish, but it's not going to be done before 4-year anniversary like I wanted it to be. But
no
maybe
worries.
before my birthday, we'll see.
Well, hopefully we'll see it. We'll see it. And when it does come out, it's gonna be worth the wait, and it's gonna be freaking amazing. I love it.
I hope so.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You'll love it. It'll be good. All right. So here's another question for you, and we'll go and get into a little spicy territory.
Oh,
okay.
actually, really quickly, I guess the one bit of lore you can have. I'm super old.
You look amazing.
Oh,
For
thank
how old
you.
you are. Yeah, I don't know what
For
your...
being 13 billion? Oh my gosh, thanks.
Right. Like, I don't know what your skincare routine, but I gotta try it because
It's
every time
definitely K-beauty.
it's K-beauty. Okay, I might have to try that because every year I grow up, I get more bags and more wrinkles, and luckily I haven't gotten any hair.
Distinguished.
Distinguished.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like that. It's good. You better look
said
day over a
spicy?
million. Yes,
Oh,
I was gonna
thanks.
get you.
Oh my gosh. Thanks.
Aw, love it. So yeah, let's get into a little spicy question, and that is, what's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment?
So it's kind of hard to say because it's like there are so many facets of like people say the VTuber community. I like to call it the VTuber sphere because of the fact that it's like just because you are a VTuber does not mean that you feel the same way as other VTubers, or that you are connected to other VTubers. There's a lot of kind people. Like I've met some of the nicest, coolest, most creative and kind people I've ever met since becoming a VTuber, and not even just becoming a VTuber, but becoming a streamer. And I'm so lucky to be a part of this space. But I will also say there's the unfortunate thing that comes with being able to be a VTuber is that you're able to hide kind of behind a model. While I don't, I like to use it to express myself more, and a lot of other people do. Most of the people that I know feel more like themselves when they use a model. There are people that are not great people, and they use a model to kind of hide themselves. Or, you know, maybe they got canceled for something and then they rebrand as an entirely new model, and you don't even know it's them until, you know, you hear their voice 6 months down the line or whatever.
Yeah, I recognize that.
I would say as a whole that I enjoy the VTuber space. I do wish that more VTubers would branch out and interact with more non-VTubers. I kind of don't like the fact that it's still very split. You know, like me getting to interact with you is awesome and it makes me very happy. I wish that was more of a thing, but you know, IRL streamers tend to keep with other IRL streamers, VTubers tend to keep with other VTubers, but overall I would say that the VTuber sphere as a whole is a wonderful place.
Agreed, 100%. Actually, it's really funny because like that's actually how I became to do this talk show in the first place, is that I tried to reach out to other live streamers and they didn't want to do anything with me because I was too low on numbers. So none of them wanted to deal with it with
then
me.
you don't want to work with them anyway because
Exactly. Well, that's what happened. Well, yeah, but then I streamed around the same time you streamed, by the way. Saw around the
Mhm.
same time, and around that time there was the whole pandemic that was going on, and I actually met a really awesome person who I'm best friends with to this day, who was
Oh,
a
that's nice.
VTuber who was like, "Hey, I'll play with you." Like I saw like you were trying to get some claps with some people. I'll play with you. I'm like, "Oh, cool, yeah. I don't mind if you're a VTuber. It'd be cool." It was the only VTuber, only librarian VTuber. It was really cool. And
Mhm.
we played, we hit it off, we were awesome together. And then I remember one
Oops.
of the streams at the end, they were like,
Mhm.
"Hey, so like, why did you want to become a VTuber in the first place?" And she's like, he starts like having a couple conversations, stuff like that. And then he's like, "Hey, you know what? This is kind of like a talk show, like interview. Why don't you do this like all over the place? Like, why don't you interview other VTubers and get to know them a little bit?" I'm like, "Oh, that'd be so great." So he introduced me to his community and some of the VTubers within his community, and we started having like a talk show kind of style with it. And now, pretty much 3 to 4 years later, this is where we are right now.
That's so
Mhm.
sweet.
It's really cool. I love
I
doing
love
this.
that.
It's so fun.
Mhm.
I will say this: VTubers are the most welcoming and most like kindest when you're first starting out. And I just love how supportive they are with each other. It's really cool.
That's how I feel about the subreddit. There's a virtual YouTuber subreddit, and like everyone who's on there is always very nice and like supportive. It feels like I haven't experienced anyone being really mean, so it's just like it feels very nice to have a bunch of people be like, "Ah, we want you to succeed," or like, "Oh, I see that you just hit 100 views on YouTube or something. I'll check out your stuff." It's very sweet.
True,
Um,
true. Mostly it's mostly wholesome until you get to a certain level of like popularity and you start seeing the little toxicity on some of the things. But
you could
usually,
see that at any time. Like, I mean,
all
I've gotten
communities
some
have that.
horrible
All communities.
comments,
Ugh, you
like,
should.
just by posting stuff. Well, I mean, one, just because I do what I do does not mean I'm everyone's cup of tea.
Mm,
And so when you have a piece of content that goes outside of your sphere, that's actually a positive thing. A lot of people will say like, "Oh, my tweet like went out of the sphere of what it's for." And it's like, yes, that could be the case, but also you might find new fans, but you
true,
also
true.
might find more people that don't like you. But if you one day want to see success at a highest level, you're going to have people who don't like you, and they
Mm,
won't know you. They will have no reason to really dislike you, but they'll make up reasons. And it's not because they're horrible people. They probably just, are either jealous or don't have anything better to do. But you have to be okay with the fact that that's just going to come up,
mm.
and just don't focus on that. So,
Haters going to hate. Just let them hate.
yeah.
Just like
Mhm.
just keep being who
Hopefully, they'll
you
hate
are.
watch your streams.
Yep. Oh my god, this person, I'm gonna watch them so I can find something to be mad about. It's like, and they never find
Yep.
it. They never find it. I love it. No, I agree. 100%, I agree. But yeah, good answer. Good answer. So here's something that I think you would love, and is kind
Hmm.
of like a little nostalgic for you. What changes have you noticed since you first started streaming compared to now?
I have a better setup.
Oh, well, that's always good. Yeah, your
Yeah, I
computer can
mean,
run your stuff.
yeah, my when I first started streaming, my laptop at that point was 7 years old, and it was a gaming
Ooh.
laptop that I used for college. So I constantly had like Overwatch open and Maya open and Photoshop and like all these programs because I was doing like multiple classworks at once. So it couldn't run anything. My audio was garbage. If I tried to even play a game on my um, what's it called? My console stream thing. Like I was trying to play like a oh my gosh, what is it called? Like a console game? I don't know what it's called.
You
It's
want to describe the game to me?
Elgato. It's not a game. It's like an Elgato capture card. A capture
Oh,
card,
okay.
right?
Oh, okay.
So your capture card, it would still lag out, and it was just not very good. But I would say that my quality overall has gotten better. I've updated like in time, but I started as free as possible, which I will always tell people to do.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Always start free.
So yeah, I don't know if by what changes have you noticed if you meant like on my stuff or if it's like in my space or other people, but if there's like more specifics about the
So
question.
the example usually what I give out is that like say you first started, you were really shy and timid, you were really like afraid of like speaking your mind in the beginning, but now you're very confident, you stay your ground, you lay your foot
Oh,
down, you're more or like expressive and you're more like loud with your
so
content.
I would say most of that was already the case. Like I've never really been shy at all. The only real difference I would say is that early on, I would be hesitant to ban someone because I didn't want to come off as being too mean, right? And I'm like, I'd give someone a warning and then another warning and then another warning. And I just became like, I have to just be okay with getting weirdos out of my chat. Some people are just going to be weirdos. And like, yeah, maybe I only have 3 viewers, but losing one weirdo means that there's a high chance that more cool people will come in
True.
and find this space. But if, you know, if I walk into a chat and someone's like, talking about weird stuff that I'm just like, that's making me uncomfortable, it's probably making other people uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they need to go.
Yeah. No,
They
100%.
cannot stay.
They cannot.
But other than that, I wouldn't say. I've always my entire life been very expressive and kind of loud and very outgoing. Never been popular, so I guess that's a difference. I feel I feel like in a weird spot where like people like what I do, and so I feel kind of popular, but I was never popular. So I'm like, is this what it's like to be popular? I was always a weird kid, so no one ever talked to me or really cared, but it feels kind of nice.
It shows that like when you were growing up, the people that you grew up with might not like the style that you kind of bring off, but if you start showing your personality to a wider audience, you realize that you actually are a pretty awesome person.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like that one saying that if you man, I just heard it just recently. I loved it to death. It was like, if you expect a fish to climb a tree, it will always think it's a terrible fish. Something like that. It was something like that. Like if you expect a fish to like trying to fly, and it will always go along his life as like terrible fish. Not realizing that if he did something completely different, he would be a freaking amazing at it. But because Abe won't assume that his fish would fly, he will just assume that he's not a good fish.
I see.
So you might think,
understand.
because you might think that you're very weird, because the people that you surround yourself around makes you feel weird. But when you actually start showing off yourself to a wider audience of people, you start realizing that you're not weird.
Oh no, I'm weird. I'm
weird.
Yeah,
you are weird, but in an awesome way, and people like you for that. You know.
I guess for me, like I never really, I never let that stop me. Like I didn't have a lot of friends, no, but I didn't like. I've never. What's the right word? Not sold out. I've never compromised being myself to make other people like me, which I think actually makes some people don't like me, because then they're like, you know, oh, she just does her own thing. I've had people in life be like, why aren't you like act like everybody else? It's because I don't want to be like everybody else. Like I don't want to do what y'all are doing, and that's okay. I don't need to follow these rules when they're not actually rules, because I'm a rule follower with everything that's not creative. If it's like don't cross this, well, I do jaywalk, but you know, if it's like don't steal from a store, I'm not gonna do it. I think I did it once on accident, but it's because I accidentally put something in my pocket and I felt really bad for the entire week after. So it was an accident.
Wow, Rainy, stealing things. Jeez, man.
I didn't mean to.
Wow.
Okay. My hands were full. I didn't have a basket, and so I went, oh, here, I'll just set this in my pocket and I'll grab it out, and then like, as I'm walking, I pay for my stuff, and then I drive all the way home, and the store was really far, and so I never returned it.
Wow. When will the crimes end? When will wow, the tweezers too. And that's
it was just tweezers. It was a one pair of tweezers.
It's like $10 right there. That's a lot of money.
No, they were cheap tweezers. They were like, I think $4, but still. I felt really bad.
It's okay. I think that's good, because a lot of people do get hung up by that. You know, they take everything that people say to them like very harshly, and they change based off of that. But it seems like you just being yourself and staying true to yourself rewarded you, because then you realize just being yourself is actually a really cool thing. And I think that's a really good inspirational thing. You know, like look at you again, showing off how much of an idol you are. You are pretty much really showing it. Oh, well, I'm saying that's a really good thing, and it's 100% true, and that's how I see it. And as someone who's just met you literally an hour and 30 minutes ago, I that's how I see it.
Well, thanks.
Of course. And also going back to what we were saying about banning like certain people, like you are going down a path. You're going down. You're on a train and you're going to a destination. Do not be afraid to kick people off your train if they don't want to
Oh
go
yeah.
on the train. You know, if they're not interested in being on a train, get them off your train. That person, do you know who told me that saying, and it stuck to me ever since?
No.
It's very popular, very amazing. She does amazing content. Trinity Infinity. She's a really good VTuber, and she told me that when I first asked her about it. And it was during my time when I was first starting out, and I was actually in your boat where I used to give out a lot of warnings to people, and I want to be very nice. And I remember asking her, I was like, "Hey, do you give out warnings to people?" And she's like, "Nope, ban them, get them out of here. Don't want to go."
I will give a warning depending on how severe it is. So like if somebody says something that's a little weird, I'm like, yeah, we don't talk about that here. We don't do that here, right? And if they do it again, banned. But if like they come out of the gate with slurs or like hatred, I'm like, nope,
Nope,
get
banned.
out. You do not get any warnings. That gets no warnings. But if you're just like a little off and maybe you just don't know, like one time I had somebody came in from a raid and their chat was a little different and they were trying to be kind of bullying to me, and I went, we don't do that in my stream. Not even as a joke, really. A little teasing, okay, but like actually kind of bullying, not what we do. And so they were making these jokes. I said, hey, those are really mean, please don't do that. And so they said, well, that's what we do in the other person chat. I said, yeah, and you're not in that chat anymore. So if you'd like to stay, if you'd like to stay, you have to stop. I'm happy that you come in, but you have to abide by my rules and my moderator's rules. I don't remember if they stayed or if they just kind of fricked off, but you know, they didn't have any issues after that. And I'm just like, cool.
Cool.
No
You laid your foot down.
But
You laid your foot down. Because here's the thing. A streamer is just as a reflection of their community. So if you are allowing these people to get away with doing this kind of stuff, that is a reflection of the actual streamer. So that means if people are coming into your stream and they because the community is just as you are as your VTuber. So people come into your stream because they see your model, they like it. People stay for your model and your personality. But they might actually leave if they realize that the community might not be very nice and not be very kind. So you need to make sure.
I've been in a situation where I've gone into someone's chat that I found in my recommended, and I'm watching them and they're fine, but they are basically, they have an unmoderated chat room, and I'm like, I don't like it here. I wouldn't want to spend my time here, so I leave. If your space, even if it's not you, the streamer, if you're not putting your foot down when people are being kind of shitty, then I'm not going to stay. And there are going to probably be lots of people that don't. But yeah, now I don't have any problem with that. That was just an early on thing. So it's like, I don't want to like, I want this space to be for everybody. But then I realized I want it to be for everybody who follows the rules.
And
it
like,
can be for anyone who abides by those rules.
True, and that's actually a really good insight to give to people, because I don't think a lot of people talk about that, is that you as a viewer goes into streams, and you might love the streamer, you might love the design, the personalities, all this kind of stuff, but the community might be a little bit more like relaxed and a little bit more like bullying or a little more sexual, and depending on what the kind of content that they like to enjoy, and that could make you go away, which then includes the streamer thinking that, what am I doing wrong? I thought I was doing a really good job, and it could have nothing to do with them. It had to do with the community that they have watching them. So telling your community based off of your design style is actually just as important. Now, am I saying you should call your entire community so that you have only the best people? No. But laying your foot down and putting rules in place and staying by your rules is a good way to help out making your community shape your content.
Yeah, well, and also like you as a streamer are like the leader of your space. So if you as the leader are allowing people to be hateful or to spread like slurs and stuff, then your entire community is going to think, oh, that's okay to do.
Yep,
that's
exactly.
fine. I actually there is a person in the streamer space that I don't like, and I actually was asked one time, like, oh, this person's really big, would you collab with this person? I told my friend no, I would not collab with them. And they were like, why? And I said, because one, even though they're really big, our values are not the same. They openly say slurs, and then when they were, you know, kind of told about it, like, hey, this isn't really okay, they said, well, I do whatever I want, which is fair. They can do whatever they want, but I'm not going to associate with that. But also the thing that bothered me is that they got really mad at people who were like, well, you're being a bad role model. And they said, I didn't try to be a role model. And it's like, yeah, but once you become this big, once you have like, 1,000+ people in your chat every time, you're a role model to people. And so you're teaching them that this is okay. Whether you wanted to be a role model or not, that is a really shitty thing for you to say. Because there are probably going to be kids that watch you. There's probably going to, and maybe you don't want kids watching you, but they're going to anyway. They're going to see your clips on YouTube or see your clips on Instagram or whatever. And they're going to like lie to be in your space. Say, of course I'm 18. Because I think everyone in the world has done that.
Oh, yeah.
Are you 18? Yes.
Everyone
totally
does that.
Not.
Because all you have to say is say yes. There's no like verification, no punishment really.
No, unless you get caught by like your parents or, the company. But so I don't know. There are people like that just, if that's the way you want to go about things, that's totally fine and that's your way to do it. But I don't vibe with those values. I don't vibe with that at all. And so, in the past, I did have somebody be like, well, why wouldn't you collab with these big people if they're so big? And I'm like, because we don't mesh. I would not want to bring my community, something that I think is very kind and, is very sweet, into a space that I know is not.
True. 100%. Very good.
I want to protect them.
Like what Persona says, with great power comes great responsibility. You have to make sure that you are going to be an influencer. A lot of people don't like the word influencer, but that's kind of what you are. You are influencing a wide range of people. And even though you might not think it's a bad thing, they might actually still use it against other people. Like, I always feel like it's really scary whenever, like, someone says, like, they have a very specific opinion, and then they sick their opinions onto, like, their fans, and the fans start sicking it onto other people, and it starts becoming very toxic, That's
when you have somebody who has, like, a large following, and they don't know a full story, and they'll say something like, oh, so-and-so is a horrible person. So then that person, even if they say, don't attack anybody, you're going to have some people who do it anyway.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right? So then that person gets attacked, and then you find out, oh, that person actually had done nothing wrong. It was the other person, right? But it's like, you have so much say at that point. I think if Taylor Swift, as an example, she is like, oh my God, how many followers does she have?
She's like one of the most popular person in the world right now, I feel like.
Instagram. She has 283 million followers, okay? If she was to say that someone hurt her feelings or did something against her, I bet that person would get fucked, right? Not even because she doesn't do that, I hope. I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but she doesn't do that because she knows that her words have a lot of weight and meaning for people. But you could. There are people that could and do use their, the term getting swifted.
Yeah.
But no, there is like, there are people that do use their, like, communities as kind of, I don't even know the right word, like weaponize them.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen that. Don't like thinking of people that way, but some people don't care. They just care about what helps them out. Not about the people that
very selfish people. Also, Masamus, you actually hit a spin the wheel, but we got into such a really good conversation. I didn't want to stop it for the but I think this is a good changing point. So let's get into Masamu's question now. And yes, that's a very popular, like the full popularity of Germany right there. That Taylor Swift
3.5 times it.
It's crazy. All right, I think we already talked about this a little bit. I think.
Yeah, is Bulbasaur.
Yeah. So let's do another question because I think you already answered this. But yeah, I love these discussions. By the way, very good discussions. Very good. Very fun. All right. So let's not do anything fun anymore. Let's now talk about favorite jokes. Is that fun too?
See, the problem that I have is that I'm not really necessarily into joke humor as much as I'm into comedic timing, because I come from a background of improv. So I don't really have a favorite joke.
Okay. Well,
I have memes that I like get rotated, idiot,
with
the shark. So I mean, if that counts, then probably one of those.
No, that counts. You have your humor. Like, it's really good. I like I like smart humor. Like I like things that like makes you think like, oh, okay. And as I get older, I start realizing that dad jokes are starting to become like really funny to me. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. It's just like the age like fine wine to me. So would you like me to tell you my favorite joke and just let
Yes.
me know if you like it, okay? Okay. So have you heard about the circus fire?
No.
It was intense. So good. I love it. I love it so much. It makes me smile every single time I think about it. I love
It
it.
was intense.
It was intense.
See, I know people who don't like puns, don't like dad jokes. I think they're fun.
Yeah,
They're
I
just
think they're fun.
fun.
They're just
They're
good. It's
silly.
fun. It's silly, you know. Like the
That's
jokes.
my word, silly.
Yeah, they're just silly and fun. No harm. Just silly and fun. It's really good. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. You know, like, don't get
love
me wrong.
that.
I like timing too. They're really good, and it really just like depends on your humor. You know, because some people have like really dark humor, which is good. They can go for those kind of stuff. But I just like dad jokes because maybe it's because I'm getting that age, becoming that age. You know, say that
Are you
joke.
a father?
I'm not. I'm not a father.
Oh.
But you should tell that to your husband and see if he's interested in that joke. Because if he starts
I
liking that
will.
joke, then he's becoming that age. He's becoming that age.
I mean, he just had a birthday, so.
So like you can tell if he likes it because you can tell like when you get to that certain age, you start like, you know what, I understand that joke. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't dislike jokes. I should clarify. It's just I don't have jokes that I think about. Like, you know, I have friends that their humor is telling jokes. I have some friends that their humor is like innuendos. I have some friends that like, I just like kind of like if things work out and they're just kind of funny, or like you say something timed well, it just is funny.
It's fun. It's fun. They're cool. I like it. Well, let's get into some other fun facts about you, and that is, what is your favorite video game franchise?
Odin Sphere.
Owensville. You know, I should have guessed. You were gushing about that just a minute ago. But yes, I
Yeah.
definitely could. Puns
Odin
are
Sphere is
great,
my
though.
absolute favorite.
Nice.
In terms of like a franchise, I do like the Tales of franchise.
Oh, nice. Good
Which is
choice.
like Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Symphonia. I like those games a lot.
I feel like
but
you'd be a Kingdom Hearts fan.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I feel like
also
you'd be a
love
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
I've never actually finished the first game. I was a kid, and so I got stuck, and so I got frustrated, and so I dropped it, and I did not play it again. But I'd like to again soon-ish and actually finish it. But I've played 2 and 3, and I'm very excited for when 4 finally comes out when I'm on my fucking deathbed. You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna take probably that many years.
that game is not gonna come out anytime soon. Like not saying. We'll see.
I wish it did.
We'll see the next Skyrim and GTA 6 before we see that game.
Didn't that come out?
GTA 6? No, it doesn't come out until next year. And then now people are talking about it's gonna get delayed again another year. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I thought it was definitely out because I remember people talking about it, but
No,
it's just
the trailer, which broke records, came out. That's why everyone's super hype about it. Everyone's hype about it because it's going to be the end all be all gaming, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
End all be all gaming.
Yeah, everyone's so excited for that game. I don't know, like, it's not my jam. I like fantasy games. I like games that takes me out of reality and puts me into a different reality. I don't want to play video games that pretty much shows me how terrible reality could be, you know.
I actually really like GTA games.
Oh.
Well, I used to play a long time ago GTA San Andreas, which I wasn't supposed to be playing because I was a kid. But I played it anyway, and I don't know. I just thought it was really fun.
Well, then you might like
my-
GTA 6. It's
maybe.
it's pretty much you're in they kind of remaking Vice City. So you're gonna be in Florida. So GTA San Andreas, but in Florida. Yeah, you'll be in Florida.
Well,
So-
I have a question. This is not related to anything. What is your like? Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking, because you have like an accent when you talk.
So
I'm just curious, like if you're from a certain part of the world. Only if you're comfortable though, because I've been wondering.
I get this question asked a lot. I get this like I all throughout my life. I've always gotten this question. People think I'm from New Jersey or something like that. And I used to tell people I'm from Italy just for fun, you know. But I don't have an accent. I have a speech impediment. I have a hard time saying R's, and I've had that ever since I was a kid. I did get rid of it once.
thing when he was younger. Actually, he had to go to like speech therapy for it.
And I did too. I actually got rid of my speech impediment. But then a girl came up to me and thought it was sexy, so I kept it. So
I mean, if you did, like, did you stay with the girl?
well, no, because I was like in elementary school.
Oh.
So she thought it was sexy, so I liked it, so I kept it going, not realizing that it's going to probably be extremely hard to get rid of it as I get older. And of course, that died a long time ago. So it's just
Well, it's not a bad thing. I don't have any trouble hearing you. I just was like, I wonder where he's from.
Yeah, I do get that a lot. People always wonder if I'm from a different part of the United States or from other parts of the world. I just have fun with it. It's cool. It's chill. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool. Now, next question for you.
I also like Portal.
Portal's really good. I heard there's going to be a new Portal game coming out.
I cannot trust that until I see it.
Yeah, there's rumors. Yeah, there's rumors and speculations on that kind of stuff. That nothing legit, but I did hear that there might be another Portal coming out. Because did you hear that like, Steam is actually thinking about reviving their gaming industry again.
Yeah, well, they don't hire anyone. I know because I applied every time and I always got denied.
Oh,
as did so many of my friends because they don't hire anyone. Their team is so incredibly small.
Yeah, they don't really need to, and that's kind of what they want. Is they want to keep it pretty small, but as people get older, I'm going to guess they're going to have to start doing that anyway. So keep your eye on it, because after the success of Half-Life Alyx, they are in talk of like going back and making games again. So we'll see.
That would be cool because I love Portal.
I agree. I want to see more. I want to see a Team Fortress like come back. I want to see that come back. I know it's not dead and it's actually still a freaking amazing game, but I would love to see them do like a new thing, like something new, and maybe release some of their games on the newer platforms. But I would love to play Team Fortress on newer platforms. Cool, that'd be cool. All right. So next question for you is if you could live in any video game or anime world, what world would you like to live in?
See, that's hard because
I think I stumbled here a little bit.
Eureka 7.
Oh.
Because I always wanted to. I'm actually very afraid of heights. However, I've always wanted to drive. If mecha was real, I would be a mecha pilot.
Oh, really?
I super badly want to be a mecha pilot, and I also in Eureka 7 they have you can ride like the waves up in the air, and I just like that just seems like it'd be so cool, and I would try it, and that's what I'd want to be. I mean, technically, I think government wise, it's a pretty fucked up world, but you know what? That's okay.
True. Well, that's interesting. I've never got that answer before. So that's actually really cool. I like that. It's a good answer. That's really good too. I like that.
Well, where would you want to be?
Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you eat the Pokemon?
No.
So are you just gonna be a vegetarian?
Well, like you can eat there's other food than just Pokemon.
No,
they proved
meat.
Well, yeah, but they proved that there was like regular cows and pigs and chickens there.
When?
In the anime.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest. In the manga.
Okay, well, if you're talking about the manga, if we're talking manga, then yes, they also
milk tanks and
they eat Slowbros. They eat if that's the case, then maybe I would try. I would love to try the tail of a Slowbro because apparently they do grow back and they taste really good.
I would want to have Farfetch'd. It just sounds really good.
I just like the idea of like a companion that always stays by you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, the Scub Squirrel's also really bad, I know, but like the world seems really cool.
I know, it would be cool. She mentions the bad government, but forgets to mention the Scub
Squirrel literally will like kill you, but I don't know. Maybe I'd be fine. Maybe if I was in that world, I'd be like one of the special girls with
be the special girl. Be the special girl.
Yeah. I'm part of the Scub Squirrel.
But yeah, I would probably eat some of the Pokemon. Don't clip that out of context. But it'd be funny. I would definitely like be okay with it, but it really does depend. Would I eat a Pikachu? Probably not. Probably wouldn't want to eat a Pikachu.
Well, that's like eating a rat. Would you?
Yeah,
eat
exactly,
a rat?
exactly. So I wouldn't want to eat that.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking. Would you eat like me, or would you eat like be a vegetarian?
That probably what he means. Definitely what he means.
All right, cool.
I
Then you
like
need Pokemon.
I like the meats. I like the meats too much. That'd be kind of cool. But I would definitely get like a ghost type, like a Mimikyu or like a Lidwick. You know, I mean, ultimate jelly donuts, right? All the jelly
Yeah.
donuts. So much jelly donuts. We all love the jelly
Delicious
donuts.
rice jelly donuts.
Yep, exactly. These jelly donuts are my favorite. I love jelly filled donuts. I agree. Cool, awesome. Next one for you, and that is if you could collab with any other VTuber, no matter how big or small they are, who would you collab with?
I would really love to one day have the chance to collab with Iron Mouse, not because she's
Ooh.
really big, but because I've really enjoyed watching her story. And like based on the streams that I like of hers, I just think she seems very fun and nice. However, that's the VTuber that I'd want to collab with. But because I don't just think about VTubers, I also really like to collab with Premier too. He's an IRL
Premier's
streamer,
cool.
and
Yeah, he's great.
he's just really chill seeming, you know, and so I tend to want to collab or one day maybe get to know people that I vibe really well in their streams. And like I before ever actually collabing with anyone, even with you, I always check over everyone's stuff and I like see what they do. I see if they've been ever in like, you know, any issues or situations, because like, you know, as you're growing you never know. Like I found this one person on Instagram that I thought his videos really funny, and then I followed his TikTok and I found out no, there's actually a lot of bad stuff that he's done, so I quickly unfollowed him. But I never would have known that had I gone to his TikTok, had I not gone to his TikTok.
Makes sense.
Right,
Makes sense.
but I would have easily found it by just googling his name. So I think it's important, especially if you want to grow, to look out for the people that you are collaborating with and make sure that one, you know, you guys would vibe well together, either personality wise or that they haven't done anything wrong and that you're going to give them a chance, or in two, just as like make sure that they don't have any baggage, I guess, that could ultimately hurt you. Because like if I had done something wrong, I wouldn't want you to be like, I want to collab with Rainy, and then all of a sudden it's like Tricko's canceled because he collabed with Rainy
and Ray supports this
she
thing.
fucked up, and it's like no.
No.
I would love to collab with Charlie Day.
Charlie Day. Oh,
he's
that'd be cool.
I love him so much.
He'd be so
I've never
cool.
loved an old man so much in my life,
Aw.
but I love him so much. I don't know why, I just find him so funny.
That's so good. I can see you guys hit it off very well actually on a good collab.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that like big or small, I just think are cool, and so those are the bigger people. I can't think. I collab with a lot of smaller people already, so it's kind of hard to think of someone I haven't already collabed with that I'm interested in. But yeah,
You'd be
one
big
day I'll
enough
be
to
big
ask
enough
him.
to ask him. Oh
Yes,
my God, I'll
one
send him
day.
a letter.
One day. Do it.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm an anime girl that cosplays and sings and does everything. Would you like to I don't know, maybe like collab with me?
I don't know if he plays video games, but hey, maybe he does.
Maybe. Yeah, you could probably find a game to play. There's always a game for
Yeah.
anyone. I feel like there's a game for everyone. No matter who you are and what you like. There's always a game for that.
So true. Brian David Gilbert's another streamer I would love to
He's
and
secretly
then Charlie
Iron Mouse.
admits he's secretly Iron Mouse. That would be, oh my gosh.
Oh.
That would be great.
that'd be the story of the century right there.
People I think I'd like to collab with are like Iron Mouse, Premiere 2, Brian David Gilbert, Tom Cardy. I would love to do a song with Tom Cardy. I think he's so funny. Do you know who he is? He's an Australian singer.
Might not know. Can you spell his name in Discord? Spell his name in Discord.
He made the song Red Flags. That's like one of his most popular songs, I think, by like everyone on the internet, is Red Flags. It was very popular for a while.
You typed really quickly.
Yeah, Human Centipede is, I mean, it's called Red
Wait,
Flags,
what?
but it's Human Centipede.
Oh,
Centipede.
okay. Yeah, he did a thing with Dan Avedon.
Yeah,
So
he did
cool.
that recently.
So cool. That's
But
so cool.
one thing I like about, that's another thing that all four of those creators, right? Tom Cardy, Brian David Gilbert, Premiere 2, and Iron Mouse. And I mean, you know, Iron Mouse is the only VTuber I really mentioned, but all of them come off as very like, and Markiplier. Oh my God, if I could collab with Markiplier one day, holy shoot. But the reason why I like all of those people is that whenever I'm in their chats or I watch what they do, it just seems like they make whatever they want to make. They don't let anyone stop them from just doing what they want to do. They seem very genuine in, you know, their stuff.
Yeah, and that's
So
really
it
cool.
just
That's
feels
really cool.
nice.
Mhm.
Would you collaborate with Monarch? The Amelie. I've
Amelie.
always loved her music. I think it'd be very fun to collab with her. I can't think of a reason not to.
Yeah, she seems fun. And I think she's just hilarious. Like, I think I only watched some of her
Like
clips.
Shiego.
Shiego, and how she's
She
so strongly into that Shiego. Like, she will not let that go ever.
No, she will not. She's like, it is Shiego for real, for real.
I just love her clips, but like, I know that she's a hugely talented voice actress
Yeah.
who does so many amazing work. And if I ever meet her, I would love to just like say that I really love all her characters she voices. I don't think I would be able to collab with her just because I feel like our like vibes wouldn't really match very well.
Yeah.
I'd be too awestruck. I'd be like, but I definitely will say that like she just does an amazing job, and I think you guys probably hit it off very well because you guys both like do almost similar stuff. You know, like do you voice act actually? Do
I
you
want
voice act?
to.
Because I feel like that should
I've
be
never had the
another.
chance.
I feel like you should voice act because you do have a nice voice.
I'd
but
like
I
to.
wouldn't.
I've never had the opportunity.
Have
but
you
maybe
tried
one
doing
day.
voices? Have you tried? You should do a visual novel game like Ace Attorney
I do
Phoenix
that.
Wright. Okay. Have you done different voices for different characters? She does
Yeah.
have a nice voice. Okay. So
I have in the past. I used to play Helpful Boyfriend. It was my favorite like dating sim game where you date birds. You date pigeons.
oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and so I did different voices for all of them. I've never had a chance to do like one for a game or something
You
or
do
more
it.
on a professional level.
You should do it. Then that way you could just add that to your giant badges of things you can do.
Yes, my like Girl Scout badge of,
Yeah.
of honors.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think you and Amelie would actually be really good together. Definitely. 100%. Would you ever want to collab with Corone?
Oh my gosh. I mean, if I ever spoke enough Japanese, I'd love to. I just, my English is the best that I have, and her English is she does speak English sometimes with a couple of people, but it's not the best. So I would want to probably know more Japanese before that happened. But if that was ever the possibility, I'd be so happy.
That'd be
I
so
don't really
good.
get starstruck to people, even people I really like. Like one time I caught one time I collabed with it wasn't a big collab with a bunch of people, but it was with Girl DM. That was fun.
That's really cool.
And AI Candy. But I don't really get like starstruck, I guess. Like I don't have a problem with if there's someone's bigger. So example, I one time rated Merryweather Dog.
Oh, nice.
And at the time, I think I rated out with probably like 50 people, which was a lot for me. Like a lot for me. But I wanted to rate him because I've liked his comics for a long time, and I just like, I think his streams are fun. And so I rated, and then usually after stream's done, I'll say like, thank you for the raids, these people, and then I'll say we rated so and so, And someone I knew was like, oh wow, I can't believe you rated him. He's so big. He's such a big
So
creator.
big,
I was
so
just like, he's just a guy.
He's just a dude.
He's just a guy. Like, I mean, yes, I can understand. Like, oh my gosh, he's done so much. Like, I even think that if I ever had the chance to talk with Iron Mouse, I'd probably just be like, she's just a lady. She's just a gal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
she has millions of fans, but at the end of the day, she's a person. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't. I don't want to say I wouldn't want to be treated nicely, but I wouldn't want to be treated any better than anyone else based on just my numbers. I would want to be treated how I'm treated based on like, my reputation and what I have done, my actions. Not just because like I'm really popular, because I found recently there are a lot of people that are really popular that are pieces of shit. So
Yeah. They're not fun.
I just
They're
want
not
to be the best person I can be, and if and that's all.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that. Do what you want to do, and I feel like if you feel confident that you want to rate someone as like bigger than you, I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's really good. I think you should actually just be okay with that kind of stuff. That don't get starstruck. They're all just regular people. I met Tony Hawk once, and I should have been starstruck. Yeah, no, I played this game. I love him. Like he was like a huge thing, and this was back when like he was really big. Like when he was like everyone wanted to be a skateboarder because of him kind of situations.
Yeah.
And I met him, and I saw how tired and exhausted he was, so I didn't ask for any like pictures, signatures, or anything. I just asked how he was. You know, like, hey, dude, you
How's
good? You
life?
fine? How's life? And he just the relief that he had on his body. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Nice.
Like that made me realize that they're just regular people. Just treat them like that.
Yeah.
The only time I got starstruck, because it came out of nowhere, is when I was at Anime Expo, and I was walking by, and and he walked right behind me, and it was Lost Paws, like Noble, like I don't know if you know
Oh
who
yeah, I
Lost
think
Paws
I
is.
know who that is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a VTuber now.
Oh, he's a VTuber now. Cool, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
I met
yeah, I
him.
think so.
I when I was first starting out, I was start doing a lot of anime content. People compared me to him, which I thought was a really good compliment. But
Yeah, I get my 3D model gets compared to like, you remind me of Girl DM, and I'm like, well, Girl DM is one of the reasons why I wanted a 3D model. So thank you. That's a
there
high
you go. This is
compliment.
a good compliment. But he like walked by me, and I was like, "Oh, Noble!" And he was like, "Hi." I was like, "Oh man, I love your content. You're freaking amazing. Can I get a picture?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, of course." He was super nice, super respectful, and everything like
That's
that.
nice.
I just felt like I was like being like one of those weird fans who was like, "Oh my god!" Like it's funny because I never was like that. It's just that it came out of nowhere. It's like it just literally came out of nowhere, and I was like, so like if I had like preparation. If I had preparation, like I knew I was going to meet the person, then I'd probably treat him as a regular person. But
Yeah.
if like Markiplier walked right behind me, I'll probably go like friggin' like, oh my,
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
I feel like there was one time like Buff Pup was like right next to me, and I like did get a little starstruck because I forgot to tell them my name. I was just like, oh my gosh, hi Shia Bun, hi Buff Pup, I really like your content. And then like I talked to them for a little bit, and I was like, okay, bye, thanks, and I left. And I was like, I forgot to tell them my name. I told them I was a VTuber, and I forgot to tell them my name.
They don't know
I
who you
didn't
are.
even introduce myself.
Oh no, you
So,
just ran up to them and started talking.
well, I like walked up and I saw, I like was walking past them and I happened to see them because I heard Buff Pup's voice and I went, oh.
Oh.
And I said, are you Buff Pup? And then I saw her badge. I was like, oh, wow, cool. Oh my gosh. Hi. But I also don't want to bother them. So I was just
Yeah.
like, hello, chat a little, leave. But I was like, I should have said my name.
Well, no worries. Next time.
Yeah.
Time. Yeah, you have
Why
a really
not,
similar
guys,
to
maybe.
vibe as long as possible. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, no. But I think if I had more like, because I would definitely want to like treat every single one as like a regular human being. But sometimes you just caught off guard and you're like, oh my god, I love your content. You're freaking amazing, and you start realizing that you're just a fan. You're just fanning out right now. But
Yeah.
that's why I try and feel like whenever it comes to that kind of stuff. But for me, when it comes to rating though, like I will say this though, I have not rated people just because I will have like lower viewers and someone else had a lot of viewers. So I know the feeling. Like I'm trying to get better at that myself personally. To
Just
just
doesn't matter.
do it. It does. I know it doesn't matter. I do want to just do it, but sometimes I just feel like I'm not good enough when it comes to some
Push
of my
past
contents.
that.
I know. It's one thing I'm trying to get better at as a small content creator is to try to like push past that. But sometimes I'll have like a very low stream where I only had like 2 viewers, and then all the people who I follow had like 20 plus viewers. I just feel I just don't want to. I don't want to
So
rate them.
I think about it this way. You not wanting to raid is totally understandable when you have lower numbers. However, imagine like, at least in my opinion, if I'm rated by someone, no matter the amount of people, 1, 100, 200, 1,000, whatever, I feel very lucky that someone wanted to raid me at all.
Mm-mm. Oh, I
But
love
that's
it
how
when
I
it
think
happens.
about it, because I'm like, oh, even if their numbers were low, or because like as somebody who did start as a small streamer, I know how it feels. It does feel that way. It's like, oh, well, should I really raid them? But then I think I should, because even if, yeah, I have like less numbers than them, I'm still trying to help as best I can with what I have.
True.
It still shows them that I like what they do and I want to support them, even though I don't have the same numbers as them. I still want to support you in any way that I can.
Yep.
And that's why I raid no matter what.
Which is good. This is good. Like I said, I only do that when it comes to bigger like creators, because I have a lot of amazing friends, people I have met with on these show who I still think are freaking amazing. But I will always feel like, and they have reached out to me multiple times saying that no, you totally can you can raid me with like very low numbers. I don't care as long as you raid me. I think it's very amazing. So I think it's totally fine. But usually, if I have small numbers, I usually look specifically for smaller like viewers on some of the content creators so that I can send it to them. But like if it's bigger, if I have like a really good day where I have like average of 10, that's when I'm like I can rate anyone. If I have 10, I think that like it's like that's the best number to have. So, but who knows? Maybe as I get better and be more confident, I will be able to do it more often.
Confidence. Have
Confidence.
confidence.
Have confidence. I gotta have
No
confidence.
confidence.
No confidence. Crony, I love it. Yeah, if nothing else, you are an added viewer. I think it helps if you tweet out who you rated later so that even if you don't get current viewers over, you can still say I rated X, which is true, very true. I also need to do that more
That's
often.
What I do.
I need to like announce when I like, hey, I had a great stream. I rated this so and so. I really need to do that more often. That's one thing I need to get better at is rating. After this stream, I'll do that because we're going to be rating someone afterwards. I'll rate every single time after we do an interview.
Nice.
Yeah, so I need that. So after this, I will get better. Persona, I will do that. I will do that. So yeah, but first we have a couple more questions left and we'll end it off. So what would you like to accomplish next? What is your future goals? What would you like to do in your future or career of a content creator?
I want to play Odin Sphere in front of 1,000+ people.
True. I remember you saying that before. Which is good.
I want to one day have an original song.
Ooh.
I'd really like to one day be able to. A goal that I want to have is that I don't know how I do it necessarily, but I want to be able to, if I was ever really large and had a huge audience, I would like to find a way to uplift smaller creators that have never really been given the chance, because people like to say, oh, it's easy to be a creator, an artist, or whatever. It's so fun to do. And it's like, that's one of the hardest things to do is you have to sell yourself, basically. And I don't mean as like a sell yourself short or anything. I mean, like, you have to prove to people that you're worth supporting, you know, and that they will give you your time and spend time or even money on you or with you, because they want to see what you do. They want to see how you'll succeed, and they see the potential in you. But when you're smaller and you haven't yet had like your 15 minutes of fame, you could be working forever and have to quit. I've had friends have to stop because they just didn't make enough money, but they were good creators. They made funny videos, but you know, they just can't do it on their own. And sometimes one video can really make or break a person.
True.
As long as they have the stuff in the background, like if you are suddenly have a lot of eyes on you, as long as you can show that there is still content that you have and cool stuff that you do, you're probably gonna have like some sort of success. Maybe not, you know, you won't be the next Iron Mouse or Sea Dog, but you know, maybe you'll be in the hundreds or something eventually, and maybe you'll have another thing pop off, and then you'll be in the thousands. I like to look at Pirate Software. Pirate Software has had a large following. You know, he averaged about 400 and something, but all of a sudden, back in October or September, all of a sudden now he's sitting at 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 in 1 month. Right? You can have one thing happen or a couple of things happen, and then suddenly you are the most popular thing, you know? And that might not always stay, but you just have to show people that you have stuff. It's why while it would be nice, right, to just explode overnight, it's actually really nice if you have time to have a kind of a portfolio in a way of past content, so that when someone finds you, they're like, oh wow, I really like this person. Oh, what have they done in the past? What do they have to show? And then you have like so much old content for them to look through, on top of hopefully making new content.
Agreed. Very nice, man. Good inspiration. Very good. And I think that everyone needs to do that, because I feel like I've met a lot of people who blew up way too quickly, and they freaked out because they didn't really know what to do afterwards, and then they fell off. you know. So
And
definitely.
sometimes you also don't have the mod team for that. Like when I
Yeah.
first started, if I had blown up for some reason, I did not have the moderation team or anyone to help me. I was very much by myself. So if one day I went from like having 2 viewers to suddenly having like hundreds of
500. Yeah.
viewers or hundreds of chatters, I would have probably fallen off too. I would have been like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's scary. It can be really scary. Definitely. So being prepped and ready is probably the best way to go. Definitely. I agree, 100%. And also, you're partner pushing too, which is also
I
really good.
am.
You can get there. I know you can. Just keep it up. Keep up the content, and which you
Thank
will
you.
easily do. So, like, yeah, it's just a matter of time. I can see it be this year. This year is what's gonna happen.
I
I'm
was
gonna.
really close to hitting the minimum requirements, which I was at 74.0 or 0.91. Like I was 0.09 people away. I haven't checked it yet though, so maybe I'll check it after our interview's done.
Do it. Do it. I know you'll get there. Like it's going to be this year.
Thank
I know.
you.
I know. It's definitely going to be this year. Cool.
Hope so.
Now you've been giving a lot of amazing like advice, tips throughout the interview, and I think you've been very inspirational and very discussive throughout this
Oh,
entire
thank you.
industry. But we're going to end off the last question with some more. And I would love it if you give us just a little bit more information from this. And that is, do you have any advice for those who might want to get into streaming/VTubing, or in your case, just content creation?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just like literally just start and start as free as possible. Don't worry about needing an expensive model. Don't even get a model. Like try IRL streaming. Make sure you even like streaming. Because just because you're a VTuber doesn't mean you have to be a streamer. Either you can make YouTube videos or something, but you need to make sure you like it, especially before you put all your time and energy into it. I might not be as successful as some people, but a very successful person that I like to kind of mention is Shy Lily.
Mhm.
Shy Lily is one of the top VTubers kind of in this sphere, and she started with a model she made herself in Vroid. She talked about how I didn't have anything really, and I was still interacting with people, even though my model wasn't as nice. And she did start streaming during 2020. So you could say that like she did see some success from that, like being a VTuber early on. But she puts all of her funds into a model and stuff only after she had a good basis of like networking and content that was already there. Like she spent time getting better before she decided to put all this money into it. And I did the same. Doing it as free as possible. Like even if your stream's not great, as long as you have like a camera or a picture and you can like show your game or whatever craft you're doing, that's what matters more. And then just don't let negative comments stop you. Don't let like your own fears stop you from trying. Because you're probably going to be bad in the beginning. You're going to be bad at it. And it's okay to like quote unquote fail, because you're not failing forever. You're getting over the first thing so you can get better. It's like in art, I don't like the idea of you have to draw like 10,000 whatever to be better. I like the idea that you have to draw one thing. You need to learn from the things that you didn't like about that and then put those comments or that advice into your next piece. You don't need to necessarily draw 10,000 times, but you need to be very proactive and like critical of what you do so that you can kind of in a way pick it apart so that you can see what works and what doesn't, because you don't want to keep doing something that doesn't work, because then you will fail. But if you are like, wow, for me, people tell me they like when I talk, so a lot of our streams are just chatting streams. We talk together, we hang out. Not to say I can't do other things, but if people tell you, oh hey, you're really good at this thing, or you're this is the thing that I followed you for, maybe keep doing those things, and eventually more people will come in because they like the same things as that person. So that is my advice.
Good advice. I like it a lot. Very good, very good. And I think a lot of people should actually write that down, because that's actually really good things to go for. One, just do it. Two, do it for free. Like don't pressure yourself to go all ham just because other people go ham. You can start off pretty like small. I have a really awesome VTuber named Desync who literally started off with just a pair of eyeballs, and then just
Nice.
takes like art that he finds for free and just places it plays the eyeballs on that art, and that's his character. That's his PNG, you know. And he's a hilarious. He does amazing work. So like, just have fun, enjoy yourselves, and then just be consistent. Be consistent. Definitely keep improving your craft as time goes on, and you'll get there. You'll get there. Agree 100%. Very good. Well, hey, thank you. You answered every single one of my questions, and you did a really good job. I had a great time. It was really fun.
Thank you. I did too. Thank you for asking me to be on your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I always have fun doing these shows. I always love doing interviews like this because I meet so many amazing people. And like, even though all my questions are always the same, the way that you like how every single person answers it and changes up a little bit makes each and every show unique and interesting. And I just love it. It's so much fun. I love doing these shows.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for coming on my show. I really appreciate it. I love the insights, because definitely it was really nice to see like a little bit more, because on one hand I do like the fact that you are a VTuber who uses your content to make a kind of like style that fits with your like gameplays that you like to play with, but you also like to show off more of the humane, like the flesh tuber side of things, which I think is usually really unique. And also, come on guys, come on, everyone loves rainy weather. I love rain. Everyone loves rain, so I think this fits it perfectly. Very good. Well, hey, that's gonna wrap it up for us today. We're going to be raiding someone right now, and I always give my first raid option to Rainy. So please, who do you want to raid? And we'll raid them.
Let me see. Who do we have?
And while she looks that up, we will definitely be doing more amazing stuff for you guys later in the week. So definitely go check out Rainy. Rainy does amazing work. Where can people find you, Rainy?
You can find me everywhere at Rainy Renton. RAINYRENTYN. Cool. Literally, if you Google that, it comes up with all of my stuff.
All the stuff. Easy to find her. Easy to find her. Definitely go support her. If you haven't yet, you're just lurkers, then definitely go check her out. Definitely awesome. And then, of course, if you guys like to check out a new VTuber, I do this each and every week where we interview a brand new VTuber. And next week is going to be a really amazing one, too. So definitely come by and check them out. Discord is a super fun place. Oh, yeah. Definitely go check out the Discord, too. The Discord is probably really, really good. Did you find the person? I
did. Cool. I just wait. I want to make sure he's not leaving though. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I've had that accident sometimes when you like they're ending their stream or they're gonna raid someone else.
Yeah, I just can't tell.
Yeah, I wish that was a way, but it's kind of hard to guess that kind of stuff. You really have to be on the stream to do it. Unless they put like a button on
I'll
there.
just ask. Okay, so the person I wanted to rate is actually I had an interview with him last time. Oh, nice. He's just a really nice guy, so I don't know, maybe you guys could be on each other's shows or something if you end up vibing, you know.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so here's his name. He's really cool. His name is Kuzi.
Kuzi. Let's check him out.
Kuzi. Yeah, I think he's about to sing too.
Ooh, let's go all check him out and get him all the hypes for his singing. We'll definitely go give him all the hype. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining in. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you, Rainy, for coming on my show. You are an inspiration, and I can't wait to see you just keep on shooting to the moon. Because I know that you're going to get to partner very soon. I can definitely see you very soon. And I can't wait to see you collabing with Krone one day.
Oh, maybe one day. Oh my gosh.
One day. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys are freaking awesome again. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh, Rain, don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.